One's live now. It's all good.
Hello, and welcome to the Trial of the Champions, benefiting WAVAW Rape Crisis Center. We had some minor tech snafus in the background. It's all sorted out. The show must go on. I normally I wouldn't say anything. I've gone back and forth in my head about whether or not I was going to say anything, but we're all friends here on the front page of the internet, where obviously everybody's cool. I was in a pretty gnarly car accident 2 days ago. Kind of haven't slept since. A little out of sorts, but that's all right, because we're still going to show up and have a good time here, and we're going to raise some money and help some people, because this is a cause that is very near and dear to my heart. Whenever the beacons are lit, whenever Shar calls, I answer every time, and my wonderful friends are here.
You do.
Yeah, and you're here, so we're just gonna roll with it. So this one, I think, first of all, I want you all to know, I'm terrible because I have a script, you know. Charlene's like, here's how we should do it. And I'm like, what if I didn't do any of that? So I apologize if I repeat myself slightly here in a minute. But the reason why I like this charity stream in particular is, of course, you can donate to affect the outcome of the game, if it was going to happen, make it easier or harder based on your donations. But I really appreciate that we kind of are going to break down for you one-to-one what your money is actually doing. Like, if $5 has this meaningful impact in a person's life, $20 has this meaningful impact in a person's life, which is important. There's been lots of times in my life I didn't have an extra $5 to donate to something, so don't feel bad, especially if you start to see big numbers flying around. But signal boosting is free. So we're just getting started here. Tell your friends, boost it on the social media. Let everybody know that we're here to have a good time. So with that being said, we're going to get to it, and I'm going to let these wonderful people introduce themselves as it comes to them. And I also want you to know, the first part in the script is me, and I'm supposed to say a lot of the stuff I just said. So for a chat code, !donate. Today we are playing level 20 D&D to support the survivors of sexualized violence. All fundraising proceeds from today will be benefiting WAVAW Rape Crisis Center. They're a charity that provides immediate crisis and long-term support services to survivors of sexual assault. No donation is too small. $5 gets a survivor to and from group therapy. $15 funds an hour of text or chat support for survivors. $35 provides an hour of their 24/7 free of charge crisis and information line that accepts calls from around the world. Every $60 provides a survivor with an hour of counseling free of charge. If you have $100 to spare, that covers taxi services to and from the hospital for 5 survivors. And if you have $650, that's enough to fund an entire support group for 8 survivors. So it all adds up. Thank you so very much. Now, as I kick it to you guys, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and do a much better job of saying what you were supposed to say than I did, starting with Shar.
Hey everybody, I'm Charlene Bayer. I go by Char. I am playing today the level 20 version of my home character, Fwarthoth. They use she, they pronouns. They are a dragonborn eldritch knight fighter, and I'm super ecstatic to see what happens today, what sort of shenanigans we'll get up to. But all of WAVA's services are available to all people of marginalized genders, so that includes trans folks, cis and trans women, non-binary folks, genderqueer people, and two-spirit people. Services are all free of charge for survivors, including hospital, police, and court accompaniment, victim services. We have group therapy, individual counseling. New this year because of COVID, we have text and chat support for folks that are stuck at home, the crisis line, and so much more. All the donations you're making today are already changing lives. At the start of this stream, we had raised enough money to fund 50 hours of counseling sessions for survivors at WAVAW. So every dollar counts. And for everyone that donates, we do have some very special gifts for you, but I'll pass it off to Brennan.
Hey, gang. There's a chat code in parentheses, but the italicization on it makes me think I'm not supposed to read that out loud. So I will continue to read the stuff that is not that.
We're all consummate professionals here, by the way.
Listen, honesty is always the best policy, and I needed to share. Everyone who donates $15 or more will receive access to a $500 plus valued digital TTRPG bundle thanks to our friends at Hit Point Press, Double Proficiency, D&D Speak, The Fluffy Folio, One Page Mage, Shiny Press, Dragon Stew, and Idle Champions. Truly, what a squad that has been assembled for this cause. From big bads to magic items to traveling mechanics, brand new subclasses, One Page Adventures, and more, this bundle has it all. Finally, Idle Champions is donating 2 codes to unlock chests in their game. One you can unlock by typing !code in the chat, and the other you can only get by making a donation. To gain access to this bundle, make sure you select that the charity can contact you when you make your donation. And with that, I'll pass it off to Noura.
Wait.
No.
You forgot an important thing.
Did I?
I know you're the
That's
champion.
all the words. That's all the
you're
words
the
on my
champion
thing.
of the people of the internet. But just in case, like a time traveler or like some separatist that's been living in the woods since 2007 doesn't know who you are you and who are you playing?
Oh, I'm a person for sure. Yeah. Hi, my name is Brennan Lee Mulligan. I'm the host and GM for Dimension 20, which is College Humor's actual play game over on dropout.tv. You can check me out there. You can find me out, on the internet and all sorts of places. Today I'm playing Pantival Ford Longfoot, who's I'm a Herringon, which is like a rabbit. I'm basically a rabbit. Adventurer. We're shortening it to adventurer because sorcerer, paladin, rogue, ranger, fighter is too long to say. Too many classes. We're just going to say adventurer. Also, to everyone in the chat, because I talked with Amy on Thursday, thank you for the heads up. I did take away a level of sorcerer and add a level of fighter to get battle master. And to everyone shouting out that Dread Ambusher does stack with action surge. You are scholars and heroes. Thank you so much.
I like where this is headed.
Hello, everyone. I'm Noura Ibrahim. You can find me everywhere online at Nouralogical. I am a live streamer, professional nerd, cosplayer, actor, and today I am playing Nahara, who is a reborn Fallen Azamar undead warlock with a few levels of College of the Spirit Bard. My pronouns are she, her, as is my character, and you can find, yes, B. Dave is holding up the merch because you always be plugging. You can find my character on official Dungeons & Dragons show Black Dice Society. And with that, let's talk about raffles. Let's talk about raffle prizes. When making your donation, if you want to participate in our raffle, please be sure to select a reward that involves raffle tickets. We have over $10,000 in prizes ready to be given away, and raffle tickets cost only $10 each. We also have a special bundle of 30 tickets available for a $100 donation, which will cover 3 hours of WAVAW's Crisis Line. The prize packs include legendary bundles and adventure bundles from D&D Beyond, Deck of Stories card sets from 1985 games, new heroism dice from D&D Beyond, Hero Forge custom printed color plastic miniature codes, and more. In fact, so much more that I need Robbie to take over, sir.
Whoa, what a segue. Thank you. Hello, my name is Robbie. I'm brand new to Dungeons & Dragons. I've played it for exactly 1 year. Outside of that, I'm a voice actor, a bunch of stuff. Who cares? That's not what we're here about. And I've never played D&D with anyone other than the Critical Role people. So you are all my brand new people today. And I'm so stoked to be here for such a good cause. I've never played a level 20 character either. I'm really setting you up for disappointment. But his name is Angus Boulderbrow, and he's been dead for 776 years. He's a hill dwarf, and he's very loud, and I hope Zoom is muting me right now. To counterbalance that, I'm going to do my part in ASMR. No, I'm kidding. We've got prize packs today. They include player source book bundles from D&D Beyond, Die Hard Dice gift cards of beautiful metal math rocks. We've got battle maps, dungeon craft books from 1985 games, PDFs of Masks, A New Generation, and Pelion Adventures from Magpie Games, gelatinous cube soaps from Bugbear Bubbles that include full dice sets trapped inside. I assume you have to froth them up to get them out. D&D dungeon notes from journals from 1985. That's a long time ago. And there's so much more that I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Satine, please do better than me.
I can't. You're amazing. Hi, everyone. I'm Satine Phoenix, host of GM Tips on Geek and Sundry, the Dungeon Master for Sirens, the creator of Satine's Quest luxury travel gaming adventures, and the co-creator of Sirens Battle of the Bards, D&D 5e campaign and setting. And I'm very overwhelmed. B-Dave, your open was awesome. And I just want everyone to know that I am a survivor of my situation happened over 9 years. So all of the things that you guys are donating to, like, I wish I would have had something like that when I was growing up. So it's amazing. Please donate. It really means so much to know that there are people out there who support and believe us. So please support. Today I'm playing Vanya Umvara, who I made when I was 12. And she is she started off in AD&D, but now in D&D 5e, I'm going back to my roots. So she is a bard, she is a wizard, and she is a rogue. I don't remember the details because I only played this character with B-Dave. So back to things that I'm reading. Okay. Prizes also include Humblewood campaign setting PDFs from Hit Point Press, as well as their new horror carnival setting Heckna. There are some gift cards to Session Zero clothing for some D&D inspired merch. New this year, we also have a myriad of video game codes to be given away, including, but not limited to, Resident Evil Village, Capcom Arcade, Resident Evil 3, Don't Starve Together, Oxygen Not Included, Cyberpunk 2077. I really love that game. Plants vs. Zombies, Battle for Neighborville, and more. There are so many amazing goodies up for grabs, and every dollar will be supporting survivors of sexualized violence. Thank you so much. Brennan?
Thank you so much, Satine. There's even a limited number of personal thank you videos available from the cast. Pick them up for a donation of $100, equivalent to getting up to 5 survivors to and from the hospital safely. But hurry, they are going fast and won't be available for long. Speaking of, if you are watching this via the VOD, video on demand, donations will go towards raffle tickets up until the draw, which is at 11:59 p.m. Pacific on March 26th. Please give generously to support survivors at WAVAW Rape Crisis Center, whose crisis line receives over 4,000 a year of calls a year from across the globe. And to B-Dave.
You know, it's wild to me that, again, we've been doing this for a while now, and I didn't know it was worldwide. I didn't know that. I thought this was in another country, and I was doing it because it was the right thing to do. Turns out it's helping people all over the place. So there you go. Which means you, our friends at home, are helping people all over the place. Okay, again, following Brennan's lead, I'm not going to read the part that is in itals because, again... meaningful eye contact here with the chat. You can donate to affect the game. Go to bit.ly/WAVA D&D to donate and select your reward to help or hinder, cause chaos and more. $30. You can gift an advantage to one of our heroes or to me. The monsters need help too. Think about it. Look at this. There's 4 of them. One little monster, right? Even if the monster's got like multiple heads or whatever. Okay, so you can gift advantage for $30. That covers 2 hours of WAVA text and chat support. $40. You can force a wild magic surge, which again, you know, only good things happen with wild magic surges. Let's be honest. That covers an hour of the WAVA crisis line. $60 gifts a nat 20, which covers an hour of counseling for survivors. So. I'm gonna spice this up. I'm gonna spice this up a little bit. Okay, spice this up a little bit. Because we only play with one house rule, which is a 20 always succeeds and a 1 always fails, even on skill checks. If you gift one of them a natural 20, I will let them use this natural 20 for themselves or to cancel one of mine.
Oh.
Okay.
I like that.
There you go. You know
That's,
what I mean? Yeah. We're gonna add little Gige on this, okay? For $100, and I want you to know, there's a draw from the deck of many things, which I didn't even know we were doing today. It's just always right there. It never sleeps far out of reach. Okay.
Nahara is terrified.
Yes, Nahara should be. So $100 is the draw of a deck of many things. That covers taxi fare to and from the hospital for up to 5 survivors. Pretty sure we've already got some draws of the deck of many in the tank waiting to come out. And for $500, you can add a boss monster of your choice. Again, let's sweeten it up a little bit. You can send a boss monster of your choice to help or hinder them. So we have had groups where Tiamat intervened to help the group. We've had groups where Vecna just showed up out of nowhere to just start throwing hands, whatever. Char, do we have a particular goal in mind for today?
Oh boy. I mean, if we could hit $15,000, that would be fantastic. This event is the kickoff of Streaming for Survivors, which is going to be all across Twitch for the entire week. Our original goal for this event was $25,000, which the streaming community already surpassed before the event even started. They started early. You guys are wild.
They're wonderful people.
Let's go.
All right. If we hit the $15,000 during this, which, you know, it's a tumultuous time. Gas prices are high.
It's
We've
tough,
had times we've hit it. We've had times we haven't. Every little bit counts. But if we hit it, whoever donates the $15,000, I will let you decide if they succeed or if this is a TPK. And
I
you
just
guys
want to let
know
chat know I love you right now. I love you so much.
I have
Just want to
done
remember
it.
that.
Chat, I have done these things and someone said TPK and I put them all in the ground. Okay, I will do it. So there you go. All kinds of sticks, all kinds of carrots. You can make sure they get home safe, you know? You can make sure that they wake up in their cozy beds, you know, hale and intact. For my part, that's not my job. So remember when donating to fill out your responses to the reward question that pops up, or else you won't be eligible for the prizes. And I'm going to say this one last thing, and then we're going to get to it here. I already see a bunch of things have already been unlocked. There is a 0% chance I'm going to keep track of any of this. So Shar, you know, that is all up to you to tell me. I'm putting something in our chat right there because I don't know. All right. And with that, on with the game. You awaken in darkness. Cold stone greets you as your senses guide you back to consciousness. You look around and you see a dimly lit room with 3 doors and 3 other strangers. Tell me, 5, what does 5 look like?
5 is about, well, funnily enough, he's 5'5", so, you know, medium size. He's a tall grey rabbit with a little sort of white patch on the chest, bipedal, and he has a white linen smock, which looks like a butcher's smock. It's sort of covered in blood and seen his fair share of combat. And he's got a sheathed sword at his side. But otherwise, looks like any sort of fine rabbit folk you'd find in the hedge. Seems sort of from the common clay, as it were.
5, that sword is not there. You have the clothes on your back, but none of your other possessions, especially not your mystical implements.
Copy that.
There are 3 other people laying on the ground, an elf, a dwarf, and a winged woman.
I will twitch my nose from side to side and go perform some medicine checks to see if these people are in need of help.
Nahara, what does Nahara look like?
Nahara is a very tall, slender woman. She has very large black feathered wings. She's wearing a red gown, has almost a halo of stars around her head. Long black hair, very icy green eyes.
Nahara, you start to come to, which is unusual for you, although, of course, in the mist, you're accustomed to sitting down one place and waking up somewhere completely different, but you don't sleep. So you have no recollection of how you got here. That's you were somewhere in Barovia, I think, and now you're on this stone floor with this Harangon very carefully checking for your pulse. For the record, Five, as you check for a pulse on this woman, she doesn't have one, and yet her eyes open and look right at you.
Oh, hello, miss.
And instinctually, her one of her wings will swat away as a reflex. Oh God. Oh goodness.
Sorry about that. You're quite sick. You've got no pulse at all. You may be dead.
Who are you? Oh yes, you're very much correct. No, I don't have a pulse. But that's normal for me.
Respectfully, no, I don't think it is. Oh, for you, yes, no, of course, yes, for you, right. I thought you were saying in general, and I was about to say I don't know a lot about medicine, but
no, that can go very badly. Yes, no, for me, yes, it's normal for me. I should yes reiterate.
All right, well, congratulations.
Who are you, sir?
Right, well, the name's Five, or you can call me Five. Well, my friends call me Five, but, you know, I don't know if we're friends or going to be friends. But well, if you're more into the formality, Pentaval is fine. Pentaval Longclaw.
Pentaval. Five. Pentaval. I see. Well, I should call you whatever you'd like to be called.
Hey, you know, you can call me whatever you like. Just don't call me late for dinner.
Oh, well, lucky for you, I don't eat either. So,
are you sure you're all right? Because
I felt better. I felt better.
Four, you can't help but overhear as you sort of start to come to someone saying, "Call me Five."
Well, that's so surprising because my name is Forthoth, but you know, you could just call me Four if it's a bit too much of a mouthful for you. And this dragonborn with gem wings is going to get up off the floor, dust themselves off, and say, "It's nice to meet you both, but what the fuck are we doing here?"
Good question. I don't know. But this happens to me quite often. You see, I sort of black out and wound up. This sounds terrible to say, but I would like to get back to Castle Ravenloft. Not sure what I'm doing here, but if you're not enemies, then it's lovely to meet all of you.
And again, laying on the ground, there is still a beautiful elf and a burly looking dwarf.
I hope they have pulses.
Actually, does Angus have a pulse? You mentioned something about dying 776 years ago. Does he have a pulse if they check?
A pulse? I don't even have skin. I'm just a skeleton. Absolutely. I've got hair. I've got a big beard with large braids running down. I hope that was my cue to describe myself. Otherwise, I'm just cutting somebody off. Or I've got like a faux pompadour faux hawk that just jumps right up to the front of my head. And it doesn't quite make sense because, as I said, I'm a skeleton. I'm 3 feet 11, but I'm also almost 3 feet 11 across. I'm just a buff skeleton, dude. And I've actually been awake overhearing this the whole time, and I don't want anything to do with it. It sounds terrible. Everyone's so polite and nice. I don't like anyone.
I'm so sorry. I am going to need to know how in the hell a skeleton is buff. In what sense? How thick are these bones?
Are you literally big boned?
I'm aware of someone being big boned. Yeah, like
listen, he's thick and bony. That's all you got to know. He strikes an imposing silhouette. His shoulders are broad. His waist is thin. He's dead sexy, though he's made of skeleton pieces. Don't worry about it. There's a picture of D&D Beyond. You can look if you like.
And Vlanya, as you come to, similarly, Vlanya, you don't sleep as such. And here's a chatty, robust skeleton next to you with a dragonborn, an Aasimar, and a Harangon standing over you.
Oh my goodness. That must have been an awesome party. Where are we?
Not sure. Hello.
I just
Hi.
woke up here.
I've got big, I'm talking like Texas, big, red, voluminous hair. And I'm wearing a dress that is completely inappropriate for adventuring. It's covered in rhinestones and jewels. She's covered in jewelry, and her makeup is flawless for going to a masquerade. Yeah. Oh, and she has a bandolier of scrolls and then a hip pouch with some. No.
You don't. The bandolier is empty.
I've been robbed.
Are missing your personal effects beyond the clothes on your back.
Oh, all right.
Oh, that is not. Oh,
Well, then.
I really need some of those things.
Are we
Without
still
Black
in the
Razor,
party? Is this like an escape room?
Oh, I
Well,
am
I'm
not
not
good
sure
at puzzles.
I'm not sure what you mean, but I have been in plenty of rooms I'd wanted to escape from, so this might be one of them.
All of you give me perception checks.
You mean I have to look at my character sheet and look at my buffed stats now?
Dirty 20.
Oh
I'm gonna
my
say-
God.
This is the
30.
30.
Dirty 30.
The hard part isn't saying the buff stats. The hard part is when you got to go back to normal stats.
Yes.
You know?
Rip.
But as you all look around the room, you notice a couple of things. On the center of the floor, you see a carving that looks like a right-handed gauntlet held upright with the palm forward. It looks like this, etched into the floor. There are 3 doors. There is a red door with 5 claw marks down it. There is an unmarked shimmering metal door. It is gleaming and bright, but just feels cold, very minimalist. And there is a gray door with a circle divided diagonally into white and black semicircles. And they sort of sit at opposite parts of the room. Like you could go this way to the red door, this way to the unmarked door, or sort of straight ahead to the gray door.
This is an escape room.
You said that there was a gauntlet with a hand that you had mentioned?
That is carved on the floor.
Carved on the floor.
In the middle of the 3 doors.
I am very much trying to fight the urge to high-five that handprint. I don't think I can. No, I give in.
You just hear a slap of stone as your hand hits concrete.
I'm out of ideas.
I look up. Is there anything up?
It just seems, especially with the 30 is godlike success. Beyond these doors, I mean, they seem to almost be floating. They are not set into a wall. They're just sort of here. And past them is just sort of darkness. And as you look up, it's just darkness.
Does anyone have claws? I mean, I do, but I don't want to touch anything.
I'll do it, and I'll walk over to the red door, and I just start, like, touching it and shaking it and rattling it around.
It swings open.
Oh.
And it just seems like a grayish mist on the other side of it. It looks decidedly different than the black on either side. It is very clear that it is not locked. And after it stands open for about 5 seconds or so, it shuts.
Think about this. I mean, if this is a puzzle, maybe what the doors are showing are what's behind the doors. Do we want to go down the red door with 5 claw marks?
Who are you again? What's your name? We haven't spoken.
Hello, I'm Vlanya. I'm an entertainer. Very nice to meet you.
Entertainer? What kind of entertainer?
A musician. I sing. I do a couple magic tricks. I have a lot of different bands across the world.
Right. What about you over there, little bunny man? What's your name?
Right, I'm sorry. Are you referring to me as little in sort of a cosmic sense? Or...
Are you little? I don't know. I don't have good depth perception.
Right. Actually, question for you: how are you seeing right now? Because you have no eyes in your right. Your
I do have
skull.
eyes.
Oh, you've got. Now, listen, that is so much more upsetting for a skeleton to have 2 perfectly working eyeballs just set in a naked socket.
That is correct.
Did they just float in the socket there?
Well, you've got eyes yourself, can't you see? Look at them. What do they look like to you? They're floating in the sockets. They're disturbing.
What
They're
happens
disturbing.
if you bend over? Do they fall out?
I don't know. I've never tried. It's really hard. That's so
What happens
broad.
if you get rattled?
These are a lot of questions. What are your names?
Very curious.
Right. You can call me Five. What's your name, friend?
My name's Angus. What's your name with the wings?
Angus, my name is Nahara.
Nahara, and you over there, you got wings too, right? No.
Yeah, I do. I'm Farthoth, but you can just call me Four if we're going by numbers.
All right. Do we know each other? Have we met at some point?
Maybe? Listen, my memory is very fuzzy. A lot of my life cycles have been removed from my permanent memory, and I'm just kind of regaining a little of them, little at a time. So possibly, I'm not sure.
I think
Sounds like you've got a very rich background, lots of lore.
we may have crossed
Alright.
paths at Strixhaven. Could that be?
Probably, maybe.
Oh.
I don't know.
Mm.
Sorry, Nahara, did you say you're trying to get back to Castle Ravenloft?
Well, that's the last place I remember being. Not want to be there by choice, but I'm kind of wrapped up in a little situation with a love triangle. It's a little bit complicated, but that was the last place I remember being. And I'm assuming I should like to go back there before some of my friends are there. Not that I'm against making new friends. I don't know where this is all leading to.
No, I understand. That makes sense. Yeah, the last thing I remember was there was a giant carrot right in front of me, enormous.
Oh.
And I sort of licked my lips, and then I twiddled my fingers like this, and I rubbed my hands together, and I wiggled my butt, and I was ready to jump at it. And that's the last thing I remember. And then I was here.
Oh. Are you a magic user?
Well, I was, but that was when I had my there's a sort of an artifact, a sword, and without that sword, I've lost 100% of my magical powers. So I'm just sort of a rabbit right now, but it's sort of exciting in its own way.
You know, that's strange. I was using a bit of magic to kill this cave troll that was deep under the mountain, and we were locked in mortal combat. And then the next thing I knew, I was here. I thought he killed me again, but I don't know.
This has happened to me before. Not exactly this, but usually I'll end up in this sort of waking dream and then meet people I either have met, or maybe this is a future dream. Can you have future memories? I don't know, but usually as I meet the people I'm supposed to meet, then things go back to normal. So I don't know what lies behind those 3 doors, but what was what was the last thing that you remember?
I went to bed after a long day of adventuring. I did cast a spell. I brought back my familiar before bed, and I look around the room, and B-Dave, is my familiar here now? My
Nope.
hawk?
Nope.
Indy didn't come with me. Dang it. I don't have any spell components.
This is...
I walk over to the other door, the gray door, and I open it. Is it also smoky?
It also opens, and there is just grayish smoke on the other side, and stays open for a few seconds and shuts.
All right, Nahara, you're the one that has the experience with mist, so I'm going to just follow your judgment here.
Oh, well, we could go through the mists. Probably will not like what's there.
Hey, Dave,
But it could be
Yes.
very pleasant.
what is the substance of the floor made of here?
Stone. Outside of that carving of the hand, it is just normal gray stone.
All right.
What if we open all 3 doors at the same time?
Right. And I opened the red one.
It opens, all 3 open. They all have that mist there on the other side, and it stays open for a couple of seconds and closes.
I think we have to make a decision.
Right.
And the gauntleted hand on the ground.
Is right in the middle. It's just
Just a palm.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Can it be
Is
picked
it
up?
right-handed or left-handed?
Right-handed.
Maybe it's the door on the right.
Let's try it. I mean, I do not want to go through the red door. The 5 claw marks reminds me of Tiamat, and I have this sinking feeling that it's Tiamat. That's really all there is.
Right, well, I like you guys. I'll go wherever you go. Just pick one. We can't stand in here all day.
Right then.
Right.
Right.
Right?
Right.
I'm
Yeah, let's
sticking
do the right
together.
one.
So
Yep.
the right door would be the one that is kind of minimalist and gleaming, but just kind of cold. By cold, I don't mean it's physically cold. You know what I mean? Like aesthetically cold.
Oh,
right,
that's nice.
right. Okay.
Right. Is that the one you're going to go through?
It's shimmering, so yes.
I do like that. Yes.
Let's go.
Is everyone going through that door?
Mhm.
Yep.
You open the door, and who's going to go through first?
I will.
Nahara vanishes. Presumably, you all still go after her, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay. As you step through Nahara, what you experience is you come out on the other side, and all of you materialize right after in the most elaborately lavish hall you can conceive of. The walls themselves are platinum and extend almost as far as your eye can see. And as you look to left and right down the hallway, it goes almost as far as you can tell. There's windows intermittently. There's furnishings, there's tables that are all made out of gilded gold. All of you give me perception checks.
Wow. I am glad I dressed for the occasion.
Yes, Vlanya and Nahara look very dressed appropriately for this. 4 is literally made out of gems. So there you go. Got that going for you.
22 for me.
Dirty
22.
20.
Dirty 20.
17.
17.
18.
18. 5.
It's a natural 1 for a 10.
You've successfully rolled a disbelief 5. Like, this might not even be happening, honestly.
I think this is a dream.
All of you smell food cooking, and it smells absolutely magnificent. Nahara, something catches your eye. In the midst of these platinum walls, every once in a while, you see bones. It's difficult to make out exactly what kind of bone they are, but they don't look like animal bones. They're like hands, femurs, jaws, skulls. Just every once in a while. They're like accents.
Angus, I don't want to alarm you, but
What?
they seem to be inlaid into the architecture of this place.
Right?
Bones.
So what? We've all got bones. You can just see mine.
I
shouldn't be
just
more afraid
was
than
trying
you.
to be sensitive.
All right. All bones know each other. I get it.
No,
Sure.
I did not want you to be alarmed. I'm trying to be sensitive to your needs.
Just kidding. I
We've
tease you
just
if I like
met.
you. It's all right. Listen, it is a bit disconcerting, but well, no more for me than you.
Once pointed out, you all see it. Again, it's just intermittently, and it's not like a full skeleton. It'll just be like the radius and an ulna, a femur here, a hand, a skull, just every once in a while.
Right. If everyone wants to gather round, there might be I feel that we should probably be on our guard because there's listen, sometimes it's wonderful to see a bunch of bones, but occasionally it's sort of a foreboding, there's nothing wrong with just some loose bones. Sometimes it's a group of ribs on a plate and someone's had a lovely barbecue, and then you know that everyone's having a good time. Other times it sort of signifies that someone eats sentient creatures and scatters their remains.
That is what I was concerned about.
That's
Yes.
sort of where I was in my head going with it as well.
Right.
So, and I will cast Pass Without Trace on the assembled group so that we may
Ooh.
pass stealthily.
Pentaval, when you try and summon your magic, you can't. It does not answer you.
Fair enough. Well, so on we go. Shall we?
I've just been dancing around 4, just enjoying the gold and the lush and the wonder. And just when you're like, oh, we need to be on guard. Oh, I'm on guard. I'm not listening to what you're saying.
When Five tries to cast their magic, do I clock that they try to do something and fail? Does it like a little like?
Oh yeah. There's verbal and somatic components. So I mean, they would do something and then nothing happens.
So
Right.
if I just try to put a little, I'm sorry, go ahead. I didn't.
No, go ahead, please. Yeah. no.
So if I'm just trying to casually cantrip, begin like a little eldritch blast starting in my hand, does nothing happen?
Nothing happens.
Aslan.
He does not respond.
Oh, this might be problematic. Right then, let's hope these bones aren't foreshadowing, and hopefully we can sort out this predicament
Farthoth
that we're in.
just like heads over to the pile of bones and starts like digging through the mess to try and find the biggest one to use as a club.
Oh, they're embedded in the wall. Like the walls are platinum and they're in the wall. Yeah.
Attempts to scratch it free. This is a lot harder than I anticipated.
Yep.
Right, no magic, no weapons, so we're just pretty vulnerable here. So let's just keep it on the DL. Thanks for casting that little sneaky spell you did there. It's nice.
It's
Oh wait,
all
you
right.
tried, but you didn't.
Right. So, sometimes you try and sometimes it doesn't work, but that's all right because at the end of the day, we still have our 20th level hit points. So that feature of our classes is still available to us. If we need to jump from a maximum height or from an airplane, we will still survive. So
Right,
that's
this
great.
is why I took that tough feat for just such an occasion.
Are we literally talking about this over the table in the middle of the room? I just want to be sure that
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what's happening. Okay, good.
I was gonna say I thought that's why you took wings, but yeah. Vlanya, you start to hear music. It's one of your songs. Somebody's playing on a harp.
This is definitely a dream because there's no music and everything's perfect. And obviously, one of my very songs is being played back here. Well, let's go see who forced us into a group dream.
Might as well.
Right.
You will walk that way. The smell of this banquet just gets more and more pronounced. And it just smells heavenly. Even for those of you that don't eat, there is a wonderful, actually, would Five even like a carrot souffle? What would Five want most of all to eat?
A carrot, if Five smells a carrot souffle, it's going to be like those cartoons where the steam like gets his nose and picks him up off the ground and he like floats twinkling his big floppy rabbit paws like, carrot souffle. Oh my, I haven't had that since I was a young little rabbit. This is incredible.
It's Nahara, even the cupcakes from the Witch Lake Carnival. There is a tray of them just sitting there. Everything all of you love from childhood through adulthood. Angus, a dwarven barbecue that you haven't had for 777 years, still just sitting there with the pint of ale the size of your head, Angus.
That looks nice.
How on earth did they get Witchlight Carnival cupcakes here?
Dream. It's from your own head, I'm sure.
Dream
It's
logic. Got it. Yes.
not a dream, actually. You're our guests. And from around the corner, you see three people walk forward. The first one, the man who is addressing you, is tall. He has silverish blonde hair and is wearing a white suit. Next to him, there is a woman wearing a black dress with long, straight black hair. And a third person sort of walks behind them wearing a rough spun robe. He looks very gaunt and drawn in. His cheekbones are very pronounced. And he just sort of walks and looks at all of you and goes, "Can we just get on with this, please? Yes, I think we should get on with it. I'm very interested to see how all of this turns out. And the man sort of looks at both of them and says, our guests have traveled far. I just want to extend some hospitality first. And the other two both are just like, and the woman walks over and just plops down at the table and runs her finger through the carrot souffle and says, You like this?
Who's it? Me?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
The one that was floating in here. I've never actually seen that happen, by the way. It was like literally the smoke lifted you and carried you over towards the table. That's the...
Listen, there are many, there's a skeleton right here with eyes in his skull. So, amazing things happen every day all around us.
Yeah, you're a
The-
talking rabbit.
The man
Well,
in
you're
white...
a talking dragon, right? So we can all agree that this is
All
pretty...
dragons
Let's-
talk, not all
Yeah,
rabbits.
and so do all rabbits, if you would listen.
That is an excellent point. It is about listening is a form of communication. My bony friend, Angus, I assure you, this food is capable of consumption, despite the fact you are missing a digestive tract and many of the other components that mortals tend to possess. I assure you, you will be able to consume this food, should you choose.
I highly doubt that. And I'll walk over and grab a big rib and stick it and gnaw on it.
You all do watch it roll around in his head and shoot down what should be an esophagus and just sort of like float around in what should have been a digestive tract. And you see, it is terrible looking. And the man in white is like, sorry, an extra layer of let's just, and it does disappear.
In my mind, it sounds like xylophones.
But sure enough, Angus, it's the first meal you've had in centuries, and it is magnificent.
How did you get my mother's recipe? This is the best rib I've had. And he starts to cry, but little pieces of dust come out instead down his bony cheeks.
Yes, friend, enjoy. And you see the gaunt one just goes, ugh, come on. And he looks at you and he's like, and what is it that you are going to indulge yourself in? What thing at this table tickles your fancy, Dragonborn?
Foire just walks over to the table, plops down in front of this smorgasbord charcuterie of a variety of dried meats and cheeses. I guess I'll take a stab at eating this here. And just savors the cheese on their tongue.
Again, everything that any of you eat, best you've ever tasted. And after just a moment or two, the dark-haired woman looks at you, Vlanya, and she says, huge fan. Yeah,
Oh, thank you. Was that you playing the harp?
Oh, no, we have... Well, I was going to say we have people, but actually we have, and she just motions and you see a harp just floats around the corner that is just playing.
Nice trick.
Yeah, this isn't really my aesthetic. It's, and she points at the man in white and she's like, he likes to show off, but it's not without its merits. And she just kind of picks up a goblet and you see she holds her head back way longer than it should take to empty this goblet. And she looks and she's like, see, never runs out.
Wow.
But I do think we should probably tell them what they're here for. And the man in white.
Wait. And I just go to the sushi and then I grab like a rib and I pull up and I take some shots and I'm like, this is a place of decadence. I feel like we're about to get ourselves into something very dangerous. I would like a little more decadence, something a little more than just a playful palate thing.
There are chocolate souffles here. I brought them in
I just
from
start handing.
Yeah, exactly.
Cupcakes.
Right. Yeah, yes, they're from a realm that no longer exists, actually. Sire, very unfortunate what happened to those poor people, but their baked goods were delightful. Yes, mortals, thank you for joining us. We have brought you here to settle a little disagreement between the three of us. We've been at odds for some time. The source of our conflict is somewhat irrelevant, but it's come to the one thing we can agree on is that we can't agree.
Oh my.
He is right. Yeah. So, we decided that we would allow you mortals to decide, but we couldn't just explain it to you because you might be a little biased. So we're going to let your deeds decide the fate of reality.
Excuse me, what?
Oh, fun.
You see, the dark-haired woman leans over Nahara and just like touches your hair, and she's like, "Your hair is beautiful. You are beautiful."
Thank you.
She sort of looks.
I'll take
both
that back now. Thank you.
Yeah, she's. Oh, sorry. I'm an enthusiast. You know.
Yes.
5. You were going to say something?
I was going to lean into Nahara and be like, people pet me all the time without asking. It's terribly rude.
Oh, I would imagine so. I shall remember that anytime I
clocked it. It's like, no matter how kind it is, it's a power move, right? You know what I mean? It's like a little bit of like, oh, I'm going to look at your hair, you know?
Yes.
That's it's like, yeah,
Extremely
okay.
rude. Yeah, you're right.
I might be fluffy. That's my business. You know what I mean? Go on with
It's
your
not an
day.
invitation.
Exactly. Yeah. On with you.
Right.
You see, she does turn and look at you, and she says, "Oh, 5. Does that mean you're declining tummy scritches?"
Well, first of all, the fact that you're checking in makes me feel immediately a lot better about the possibility of tummy scratches. I will say, I have eaten all the carrot souffle at this point, and I am feeling it in the stomach region. So I'm going to pass just because I need to lie down right now. And I'm going to lie down and have full tummy. Holding it like, that's too much. Every time I say eat it a little bit slower, and I never listen to myself.
It's, life is for indulging. But yes, we have a bit of a difference of opinion that you 5 are going to help us resolve. If you notice here, and when he says this, you see at each end of the hallway, there are 4 doors, which is not how this room was laid out a moment ago, because you walked right up to this table.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's the table, and at the end of the hallway are 4 different doors.
Oh.
And he says, yes, shouldn't be too complicated for heroes of your scope and skill. To the north, there is the challenge of the sky. To the south, there is the challenge of the land. Ooh, to the east, there's the challenge of shadows. I like the challenge of shadows, personally. And finally, to the west is the challenge of the depths. It's simple, mortals. All you have to do is choose a challenge, go through, meet it, and your job will be done. Simple.
Great. Simple. Cuddling gang. Sorry, one moment, please.
Yes, talk amongst yourselves. And he does pick up a goblet and walk towards the other 2. And you can see again, he's literally smiles and thumbs up the other 2, and they visibly roll their eyes at him oh.
I don't know what's going on here, but I don't like the way he said land. It seems like this is a setup for landing us in some sort of terrain.
Oh, wait, excuse me. One
Yes?
other thing, just so that you know this is all legal and above board, we have an adjudicator, and you hear, the trial will commence imminently. In a huge construct with an eyeball in the middle of its, just an eyeball on its head and a swirling gold disc that just rotates, comes walking forward. I am a Marut. I am here to ensure that this is all legal and above board. All will adhere to the rules of the contest. And it just walks out and then just stands there. And you see the man in white looks at it and just goes,
Question.
yes.
Are you deities And you did mention that what happens here, it determines the fate of the universe.
Oh, yes. Well, here's the thing. And you see the gaunt one says, we agreed. We would not reveal that yet. It is true. We didn't want to bias them. Well, that is true. We're not supposed to say, but yes, the fate of all life everywhere is up to the 5 of you. That's all right. I believe you are up to the challenge.
If you're trying to settle a disagreement between the 3 of you, what happens if we disagree on our actions?
This has been accounted for.
Oh, thank goodness it's been accounted for.
But you said everything would be above board and legal, but legal to who?
I don't remember signing anything.
The laws of the Marut. We maintain the balance and equality of both the eternal city of Sigil and, by extension, all of reality.
Well, boy, we're in some deep crap right now.
I don't know about all of you. All of my fears have been allayed. The fellow with the eye in the middle of his chest said that the laws that he made up, he's going to apply fairly. So that's all my considerations taken care of.
Interrogative, Harangon. I did not make up the law. I am a creature of the law.
Right, and some other creature made up the laws and gave them authority, which is, of course, real and exists tangibly in the material universe.
You hear the disc rotates and is like, your query is rejected.
Are you trying to short-circuit him?
I thought I'd throw a little bit of anarchist philosophy at the giant construct. It seems like it had some kind of effect.
No, I think it's working.
When you say that, the dark-haired woman leans over towards you, 5, and she's just like, I like you. I mean, I like all of you, but I like where your head's at.
Right, well, I like where my head's at as well, meaning on my shoulders. So if there's any help you can provide us in surviving any of these challenges, we would certainly accept.
Oh, yeah, let me tell you, I personally would know. You will personally step back. Those are your choices, mortals. The challenge of the sky, the land, the shadows, the depths. Choose, and let's get on with it.
Right, I'll pick any of them to get away from you. Which way are we going?
Sky, that sounds like the most fun.
Yeah,
Sky.
definitely not depths. Sky's good.
That'll actually.
The guy's fine by me.
Lifting.
I don't
You have
care.
wings. You also
Right.
have wings.
Well, everybody who has wings is going to have a great time. Why don't we just go to the sky then? The exact opposite of what I'd like to do, but this isn't about me, it's about us. So
What
I
would you
defer.
like to do, Bone
Right,
Dwarf?
I want to go to the sky with the wing people.
It's...
What?
They
That's my question. I gave you an answer and now you laugh at me.
They look at each other for a second.
Situational laughter,
Yeah.
not at you.
It's true. We're laughing at the situation. Exactly, Nahara.
Right now, it just feels like you're placating me. This is
Listen,
starting to get hurtful. Can we go to the sky? I would rather die than not go to the sky right now. Again.
He motions to the door to the north. And he's like, there you go. Step through. Good luck. We'll be watching. Then you
All
see
right.
the door swings open, and you actually can see through the door. It looks like it is on a mountaintop somewhere. You can see green, craggy soil looking out over a valley.
That's nice.
Yeah, not so bad.
There's
Looks
even
like
some
mountains.
land for people that don't have wings.
Right.
All right, fair enough.
Must
I'll
be a
walk straight
terrible-
through.
I push
roller
Angus
coaster.
forward.
And I just grab one more cupcake before heading out.
Mhm.
Everyone keep your eye out for a plaque or some sort of pamphlet that will explain what the nature of the challenge is.
Oh, perhaps there's a kiosk that says you are here and tells us that we're...
My gut feeling is the same. There will definitely be some sort of kiosk or other place that we can, Get our answers for this.
Just look for a person with an exclamation point floating over their head.
Right.
As you all walk through the door, you feel a surge of power flow through your bodies, and your items and effects are all back in their rightful places.
Oh, thank
Everything you
goodness.
expect to have is there.
This is
However,
much better.
this seems like an excellent time to resolve some deck of many thing draws here.
Nope.
So as
Whoa.
I said,
Oh,
because magic is kicking back in, and if not now, when? And for Shar, again, I have no concept of who's got what. So here we are. Oh my goodness.
So many.
Oh, geez.
Oh my goodness!
3
Yeah.
for Nahara, 2 for Vlanya, 4 for 5, 3 for Angus, and 2 for me.
mm.
Okay.
Chaos reigns
all right.
supreme.
So here's how we're gonna do this, because I can tell you from experience, we could spend 2 hours doing just that right there. So I'm gonna go once around the horn, and everybody's gonna we're gonna draw 1 for everybody,
Oh God.
and then we will go. So I'm gonna go in the order that you are on my screen, which will be Shar. You are up first.
Oh
So,
God.
I'm gonna tell you one other thing. Once I draw and take it out, I'm not gonna put it back. So it's only in here first. If you're not familiar with the deck of many things, let me tell you, there's nothing but good things in here. Just some of them are only good for me.
You. Yeah.
They range all the way from you getting wish spells and all sorts of other powers up to and including having to 1v1 death itself. So once I draw it, I'm gonna take it out. So it's not gonna be in there anymore. So when I'm gonna, first of all, tell me when to stop shuffling.
Yeah, while this shuffle is happening, I just want to say that we're almost at $15,000 already, and we've been flooded with messages. WAVAW's been flooded with messages asking about where is my prize for the $15 donation. They will be given out at the end of the week, so don't worry if you don't have your email yet, and I pick the card now.
Okay, cut or no cut?
Cut.
Also, we're almost at 15,000. I reiterate, friends, I will kill them all. So whoever makes that final donation, you tell me if they live or if they don't live. Okay. So,
I'm so scared. Last
gonna put
time
this
it was
one- I'm
very
gonna-
kind to me.
I'm going to put this one to the side for a dramatically appropriate moment there.
Oh my
yeah.
Oh
Put it to the
God.
side. Yep. Okay. All right. Angus, tell me when to stop shuffling.
Stop.
Cut or no cut?
No cut. Cuts are for cowards. Oh, that's scary. Why do you do?
Your
Why are you
face.
laughing like that? That's frightening.
This is surprisingly complicated for you in particular.
Good.
no.
It's a good thing I'm the most experienced player at this table.
I'm gonna put that one aside also for a dramatically appropriate moment. I
Oh
gotta
my
figure
goodness.
out how to do that one. Okay.
I don't
all right.
like it.
All right. Normally that would have been fairly straightforward. Okay. Vlanya,
Now.
cut or no cut?
Nope.
That one sucks. I'm excited. That was just not fun. That would just be not. I mean, some of them are like, oh, and some of them are just not fun. So here you go.
The
Let me give
next
you the
card.
next one.
Yeah.
Give you the next one. I'm going to message you about this one. I'm going to message you about that
Oh.
one.
All
yeah.
right.
It's just for the sake of everyone's anxiety. That's a good one. That's a good one there. Okay. All right. Nahara,
Stop.
cut or no cut?
No cut.
All right. I appreciate he said cuts are for cowards once, and everybody's like, let's just do it.
None shall cut. Oh goodness.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay. I just have so many cards spread out over here to remember to do things to all of you. All right.
Oh, you mean we don't get to find out now?
It depends on what for it. The way these have broken down, no, it would not make sense at this exact second. So, okay. All right. 5. Or tell me when.
Stop right now and deal me them off the bottom of the deck, if you'd be so kind.
Oh.
Slowly but surely realizing that this deck is an absolute plague. Oh, we all love the deck of many things until those cards start hitting the table. You know what I mean?
That's okay. I got that. That actually, this. Okay, perfect. Cool. Got it. Okay. I wish you could see what's in front of me right now.
Oh, God.
I remember to do all this stuff. Got it. Okay, so you all step out through it, and when you step out here, it looks exactly like you did as you were peering through. It is chilly, but not unseasonably. As you look higher up the mountain, there is snow and ice further up, but down below there is a luscious green valley. And even immediately you can see there is a small settlement down there. Looks like a frontier settlement. You can't make out who lives there just yet, although you can give me perception checks. I know some of you have astonishing perceptive abilities.
Yes.
But there are basically heavy carved posts that you can see to just defend a place. There's smoke coming from some of the chimneys.
26.
26.
I have to math.
Hang on, let me first, before I forget, I need to send you something, Vlanya.
Thank you. So
Keep all of this in
Vlanya,
range.
she, as she walks through, you see that she has this massive tattoo that crawls up her back, her arm, and up to her face, and is just glowing even more with more gems.
Perfect. Brennan has 11 natural 20s.
Amazing.
Angus has 4. 4 has 1. That's funny to say. Nahara has 2, and I have 2. You know, I want you to know, for reasons that will become apparent soon, I promise, what 5 drew from the deck is absolute perfection for him having 11 natural 20s.
Oh,
We've
my
been doing this a
goodness.
long time, Brandon. People know what you're capable of. Okay. But that was a 26 on the perception for Vlanya, I think I heard.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Anybody else beat 26?
Oh, no, 23 for me.
23. 25. Perfect. Again, this might not even be happening, man. You know, like you got out of context meat eyes and a skeleton, you know. You all notice 2 things. As you do take in the village below, there are all sorts of sentients there, but they all are what would traditionally be viewed as hostile races. They're orcs, bugbears, hobgoblins, goblins, kobolds, but they seem to be living in peace. You can make out there's cured furs hanging, drying out there. There are food barbecuing. You can see that there's little sentience. There's a school of some sort as tiny orcs and goblins are walking around. Before I finish this description, I just want to say we did it in like an hour, so thank you all. It is 18 days of the crisis line funded. 18 days. You know what? We got to come up with like, I don't know. I said I would let them live or die at 15. So we got to come up with something else for like 25. I don't know. But either way, thank you all so very much. Again, truly, genuinely life-changing help that you are offering here to people that are going through some of the darkest and heaviest things a human being can go through. So all jokes aside, we're just here playing games, having fun with our friends, but you really are literally saving some people's lives. So thank you so very much there. However, you also notice something else. So you all are on the mountain. As you look down in the valley, this is the scene that you can see, and there's some distance away. Again, 26, 23, that's godlike success, so they're like ant-sized to Angus and 5, but you all can make this out. Coming from the other direction up the mountain, you see 3 large blue figures. They are literally giants. There is a large man with a hammer just sort of tilted over his shoulder, and 2 women that are both carrying javelins. They are beautiful. They're nearly 20 feet tall, white hair blowing in the wind. They look magnificent, sparkling as they are coming down the mountain, but they're still some distance away as well, and you all are basically right in the middle. What would you all like to do?
What sort of challenge do you think this is? Do you think it's a combat challenge, or do you think it's a moral conundrum? Some sort of puzzle we're supposed to figure out? It can't be simple if we begin this task by gods or whomever.
I'm not sure intelligence is my dump stat, so if we're hoping it's not
Let me
a battle of wits.
Let me just say one quick thing. Vlanya, did you see my message that I sent you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, great. Okay, sorry, please continue.
Great, tall, terrible giants in the sky, I guess. And Farthoth's gonna just ready their sword. We'll
so
talk to him
beautiful.
first, but be ready for anything is my motto.
Right. So I'm probably not the best face of the operation. I'm going to go find a place to hide, and then if any of you just make a noise like a kookaburra, and that'll be me. That'll be my cue to jump out. If you feel like we should pop off, then just make that noise, and I'll be
What
out.
does that noise sound
What's
like?
Yeah,
Kookaburra.
A kookaburra, it's the sort of emblematic. It goes like that sort of noise. Does that make sense?
I don't consent.
He said,
That's quite all right. If no one wants to make the noise, I'll make it myself.
all right.
You're going to be in hiding. How are you going to make the noise?
I'll make it to signal me to jump into action.
Oh, I'm glad you have this all taken care of then.
Great, and I'm going to go hide.
Do roll your stealth. Just keep track of it because it might come up later. All right. So 5 is hiding. What are the rest of you doing?
Nahara can't help it. She sees beautiful, tall beings. She's very much going to be like a hummingbird to a very pretty flower.
You're gonna go over towards them?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. What is Vlanya going to do?
She's going to just stand there and kind of wait till everyone else does something.
Perfect. And what's 4 doing?
I have a -2 charisma, so I cannot be the face of this operation. I'm gonna duck.
Or you can, right. Mhm.
I'm gonna duck behind a different hill and ready my attack.
Perfect. Vlanya, excellent choice for the
Thanks.
record. Excellent choice.
That's what I'm busy doing, actually.
Vlanya, everybody is kind of scrambling and getting into position. Nahara kind of flies up in a way. You're kind of, hashtag act natural in your sequence gown on a mountainside. Something catches your eye, something shining in the rocks.
I mean, it's shiny, so, well, I love shiny things. And
You see there is a crown made out of dark purple and mauve stone with 10 points set on it, like stalks with 10 different gemstones poking out of the top.
is it bigger than the one I'm already wearing? And are the
It's-
gems bigger than the ones I'm already wearing?
Yes, it is definitely bigger.
Then I take my crown off, put it in my boob pocket, and then I pick up that one, and then
So I have to tell this story because I always tell this story about Satine and I. Years ago, one of the very first games we were playing, she mentioned a boob pocket, and we had these vials, and she was like, I put it in my boob pocket. And I'm like, that's not possible. And she's like, sure it is. And I'm like, that's not a thing. And she proceeds to pick up 8 vials, tuck them away, and stand up and make no noise. It was like, I'll steal it in my boob pocket. I was like, I don't know what kind of like bag of holding witchcraft I've just observed, but I've seen her do it. So now when she's like, I put a crown in my boob pocket, I'm like, yeah, done.
Checks.
Because you have drawn the key from the deck of many things, which means you get a major magic item.
Whoa.
As you put this crown on, all of you see, it looks like the gem. Oh, what I just do?
We lost you.
Oh.
White
Oh,
screen
the-
of death.
What on earth?
That was lovely, kind of.
Yeah.
I
you
thought we were going to get a visual.
There we go.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry, there we go. Yeah, I'm everywhere. What? Yeah. Sorry about that. I knocked over a bottle and it hit the switcher. That's what that was. That was dramatically appropriate, though, right?
It was.
yeah.
You all see across the crown, it looks like eyes open in each of the gems, and stalks come down and begin weaving their way into Vlanya's head. Vlanya,
Yeah.
it feels great, though.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I
As
feel like I'm radiating.
as
Like
y-
awesome.
You have gained Belishira's Beholder Crown. Nahara, as you sort of float up a little bit, you see it was difficult to make out at first because it looked like they were walking, but they're flying too, but they're just sort of floating. And the male calls down, "Ho, mortal!"
Hello. I've never seen anyone such as yourself before.
I've never seen anything such as yourself either. And it just sort of drops the hammer and it like cracks the ground when it drops the small. What is your name, small one?
Hello, Nahara. First time here. If you have any places you recommend visiting.
Well, I must admit, if there's anything I recommend, is not being here. This is a corrupt and unfortunately infested area that we are here to rectify.
Oh. All three of you?
Yes!
And how exactly do you do that?
You see one of the women just sort of like takes the spear and just sort of taps it. She's like, we will simply break their home. We will destroy their settlement, kill as many as necessary to scatter the rest, and that will be that.
May I ask what they've done to deserve such a...
They're evil.
Are they? Insight check that.
How does this large godlike being have a booming voice? Can we
Oh
hear
yeah,
this?
no,
from where?
all of you here, like they're not trying to be subtle at all. Like
right,
even
I
though
hear-
Nahara flew towards them, you all hear this clearly.
Right. I've heard this one before, and Angus is just gonna start marching down the hill toward the village.
You going
Straight to
towards the
him.
village?
I'm just walking straight to him. Split the party. First golden rule at D&D. Got it.
You know,
I'm
first of
walking to the
all,
village.
you're actually helping me out in a way that you don't realize.
Oh, good. I'm going to the village.
Yeah, you start walking. You see they do all turn and look, and they're like, "Is that a dwarven skeleton?"
Yes. New acquaintance. Very much dwarf skeleton, yes.
Shall we destroy it for you? And you see all
No,
three of
please
them
don't.
hold their hands up, and you see electricity like erupts into their hands like javelins.
Please don't,
No.
not corrupt. No,
Not.
no. I think that's a little, hasn't done anything deserving of that.
Hey, it is undead though. Perhaps we should destroy it just to be sure.
A little harsh. I think I can assure you that all of the party members that I'm here with today mean no harm or destruction to anything in this land. We are absolutely fine just kind of roaming about here. You don't have to worry about us.
You see, they kind of look at each other and look at you, and they say, "There is a rabbit being that is hiding, and also an odd gem-covered dragonborn right over there. You are a colorful and interesting collective. I know you got a 24 on that insight. you detect no deception. They're like, we're here to kill them all because they're evil. They're like, yeah, of course, that's what we're gonna do.
Well, to be fair, first time here, not quite sure where you were leaning towards in the approach, but you went straight violence. So my friend here took cover because you are all quite so majestic.
Well, I mean, of course, there's a real chance they will see our approach and choose to leave of their own volition. This happens on occasion. Sometimes they choose to stand and fight, and they are granted glorious destruction.
Is there an option for us here that does not result in destruction or pummeling or any of the violent sort?
I mean,
It's always a first time.
they turn and look at each other. Give me persuasion.
All right, yes. You know what? I'm going to use one of my nat 20s for this, even though I rolled an 18. I rolled very well. On
If
the
not
die.
now, when, right?
Yes.
Exactly. I'm going to use one of my nat 20s for what was the stat?
Persuasion.
Persuasion. Okay, yeah. So
It's
28.
again house rule. Natural 20s apply on skill checks also. They turn and look at each other and they're like, "What? Suppose if you could convince them all to leave, we could let them live." I don't know where they would go though. That could be problematic. But sure, we're going to destroy the settlement, but I don't guess anything has to be in the settlement when we destroy it. That's
and I'm
this
sorry.
is unusual.
And why must you destroy the settlement?
No, they're evil. And we are creatures of good. Yes.
Okay. Well, and as I turn to the rest of my party,
Right.
just kind of like looking down because I'm like in the air.
Yeah.
Walk up. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. That
Ah.
sounds very judgmental and rude.
Yes. of
How do
course.
you know that they're evil?
Look at them.
How? That's a terrible way to judge whether someone's evil or not. And I
mean,
look back. I do
look
look
at
back.
us. We're good. You can tell.
I do look back though, just to see if there's any evil happening.
They're
No.
just living their life down there, man.
Okay, so hold on a second. Look at them, they're evil. I believe that your actions are quite evil. Wanting to destroy creatures just because they don't look the way that you want them to look?
No, we don't care about their looks. We care about their, what's the word that we should use? Their nature. Yes.
What kind of creatures live down there?
Oh, well, there's orcs and hobgoblins, bugbears, goblins, kobolds, all manner of tricky things.
Oh, the bugbear's just picking flowers.
Yeah, the bugbear is like super chill, by the way. Meanwhile, you are muted, Five. Sorry, you're about to say something?
Once they saw that I was hiding, I'm just gonna slowly walk out, very chill, extremely chill, so chill, in fact, that I just like so relaxed, casting Sacred Weapon on my longsword, so chill, casting Haste on myself, extremely chill, doing a mirror image spell, which should also help hide one of my echoes. I know yesterday I tweeted at Amy that I was going Battle Master. We're going to call an audible on that audible. We're going Echo Knight. And
She was Schrodinger subclass until this exact second. So just like rocking out into just sort of like in front of the giants, looking at Blanya and Nahara, and just sort of being like, well, what do we sort of what do we think here? Do we want to? It seems like these giants are really insistent on killing these delightful flower picking bugbears. Are we fans of that, or not so much?
And across the way.
Only.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, please, after you.
I just was gonna say across the way from 5, 4 just hops up and says,
Hey, Dave, I'm gonna pop off and attack these giants at that kookaburra noise.
So this seems like an excellent time for a number of things to happen.
Why?
As Five, so you see the giants sort of look at each other, and Five starts moving, and you see one of the women looks at Five and says, I don't think they're choosing diplomacy. And Angus and Five both vanish because you have gotten the Void in the Don John card. And although we're slightly ahead of schedule, I'm gonna tell you what happens after we take our little break, because we can take a break now. That's it. Because you're about to throw hands. You guys are disappearing. This seems like an excellent place to take a quick 10. So don't go anywhere. I know. I live for this. I truly live for this. 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Hello and welcome back. Y'all, we are over $50,000 for the fundraiser that just was supposed to start today, but people started donating on Friday. Thank you all so very much. Again, 25 support groups funded. I'm gonna do everything I can to make all of these hijinks happen. As you can tell, hijinks are protracted. And speaking of protracted hijinks, there was a donation for someone to intervene, and it was up to me whether or not they're here to help or not. So, Five in Angus. Let me just say real quick, our next goal is 500 hours of the Crisis Line funded at 17,500, which I think is like another $1,000. So
amazing.
There you go.
Amazing.
Thank you all so very much for your generosity. And again, tell your friends, Signal Boost. We're just halfway through and the violence hasn't even started yet. It's plenty of time to jump in here.
All these bosses are coming and I'm so scared.
Angus in 5. Angus, you are trudging down the mountain towards the village. 5, you are about to erupt into a flurry of activity towards these Empyreans. And there is a flash of darkness and smoke. You feel heat. And there is the sound of battle echoing from all around you, but you can't see where it's coming from. It is difficult to move or see anything, although you're aware of the presence of each other. And a voice comes from nowhere in particular. Well, this is an unusual state of affairs. If I might ask, 5 in Angus, isn't it?
Well, I let my friends call me 5, so I'm not sure if I'm speaking to a friend or not. But me and my mate Angus, we're real rough customers. So if you here for some funny business, just know that you might catch a paw across the jaw there, friendo.
Well, then, Pentaval, I think in the fullness of time, we might become friends as well, then.
Wonderful. All right, that's great to hear. Thank you.
Angus, what is it that you plan to do when you arrive at that village?
Right. Just gonna go walk around, talk a bit, see what these people are all about.
And if they are just innocently going about their lives, do you intend to raise your hand against the Empyreans?
Absolutely. Listen, there's no way I'm gonna let them come over here and stomp around just because they're tall and blue and pretty. They seem like fine folks, as soon as I get to know them a bit better.
Excellent. And you, Pentaval?
Hi.
You were about to throw yourself, such as it is, against these invaders.
Yeah, right before I disappeared and came here.
Excellent. Then allow me to assist, if I might. I honestly have no particular stake in this, except that I prefer to be able to hinder the machinations of some on occasion. I am aware of the nature of the trial that you all are currently participating in. I myself am a creature of law. And yet, I can't help but tip the scales. Pintaval and Angus, each of you roll 1d4 for me.
Ooh.
And it would not be correct for me to use one of my nat 20s on this D4 roll.
Correct. That would not be.
No, we don't like that. That's not good.
That's not it. You know,
That's bad to do.
You know, I am your fellow min-maxer, and even I don't know how to put a natural.
That would be a pretty good D4 roll if I hit a nat 20.
And you're like, I rolled 5 4s. That's it. Yeah, exactly. Right.
I did roll a 4.
4?
That's a 3 for me.
I will grant you 4 wishes. Each of you, even you, Angus, I like you. Simply call out to me, and I will intervene. And as a show of good faith, the first thing I will do is free you from this mystical quandary you find yourselves in currently. Any questions?
Right, this isn't some sort of trick like a monkey's paw thing where I'm gonna wish that I'm super strong and then you just give me a bunch of big muscles so I can't walk around, right?
Honestly, normally, yes. But today, this one time only, out of the shadows, you see a form starts to coalesce. He is 12 feet tall with bright red skin, long horns, and robes that are every bit as expensive as the finery you saw in the palace earlier. It would bankrupt entire kingdoms to pay simply for his outfit. Before you stands Asmodeus, Lord of the Nine Hells. Yes, normally. Normally, yes, I would be giving you just enough rope to hang yourself with, but this once, just this once, I'm going to keep my word. And he snaps his fingers, and you all are back. And everybody roll initiative.
Okay.
Wow. I'm not going to lie, B-Dave, that's excellent timing because as soon as I knew who he was, I was about to pop off and attack Asmodeus. So I'm glad he just saved his own life. I can't believe it.
I'm like, guess who else knows that?
Yeah.
Asmodeus. Yeah. That was one of the deck of many draws that was in holding was the moon, which grants wishes. So there you go. Again, another one resolved. All right, so that is a 21 for 4, a 17 for Nahara.
And to answer chat, Satine is fine and well, but she had to step away because, as we all know, wedding planning and whatnot is happening. So she sends her love, but she has to step away for the second half of our stream today.
She has also sent her Vanya.
Yes.
Angus, initiative, sir.
It's a 13.
13 and 5.
Question: when we appear,
Yes.
are our spells active? Are
Yes.
the magic items we have? Yada
Yes.
yada yada. 37 initiative.
Do me a favor and roll separately for Vanya, just to keep things easy here.
Yeah. We'll have.
She's plus 5.
Vlanya's going to do the same thing that 5 did and pull one of her nat 20s for initiative.
Perfect.
And she's going to be at a 25.
Perfect. Well, then the two of you are gonna end up going. Well, let me see when the creatures are going here. All right. I rolled a natural 20. I had to do it the old-fashioned way. You know, I got none of these performance-enhancing 20s here because they're probably about to get killed. Because I know you, Brennan. I know what's about to happen. So, although, what is 5's dex modifier? I'm sure he's pretty quick, but so are they.
His dex modifier is a +3, but his initiative bonus is +17.
Well, and a natural 20 is a natural 20. So although these poor guys are about to get chopped up, I am going to go ahead and let you go. So here's how it's going to go. 5's going to go, then the monsters, then Vlanya, because technically it's all happening simultaneously on that 20. But, well, you know what? This is a happy... I am going to do that because it'll give you time to think what Vlanya's going to do. So yes, 5, you are first.
Awesome. I am going to start doing my turn, and I'm going to not make everyone wait for what's happening because I need to roll truly an unfortunate amount of dice. I've done this only to myself.
First, just give us the declaration, and then we will let you do the rolling here.
I am going to surge forward in a cloud of 5s. There are so many of me, one of which is a true echo, the others of which are mirror images. I am going to attack. I'm going to try to situate myself in my echo to be able to reach, to be sort of within. How far away are all these Empyreans from each other? Theoretically?
Oh, they're standing side by side.
Cool.
I mean,
then I'm going to.
Together, yeah.
I am going to start attacking the one on the left, and like a typewriter or eating a corn cob. Work my way across these hit points as much as I can, but I will be attacking them 9 times.
9 total times?
9 total times, yes.
Perfect. Oh, geez. Okay. Some wild magic is already starting to happen here. Perfect. Woo! Oh, what the? Oh, got it. I'm like 2 pages, witchcraft. Okay, perfect. You're gonna give me all that, and then we will resolve Vlanya. The Empyreans, realizing that something is wrong. Actually, 1 second. Angus, you appear in the middle of the village, and you see everyone walking around sort of stops, and several of them do draw weapons and step back. And they're like, oh, what manner of beast are you?
Hey, you don't have to worry yourself about it. Just go about your day. Pretend I wasn't here. And I'll cast gaseous form on myself. And I'll just turn into vapor. And I'll just start floating around the village, checking stuff out.
Did anyone just see that happen? Lay off the ale.
So now I'm in this in sort of gaseous form. I've got a 10-foot flight, so I'm going to be as high up as above as I can, and I just want to go around the village and sort of be an observer while the chaos is happening up the hills to make sure that my instincts are correct. And what do I see?
Give me perception and give me insight.
Awesome. Oh, nice. Perception is an 18, but I'll take my natural 20 since I have 4 of them.
Perfect. Again, if not now, when? You know what? I'm gonna
take the insight too. Give it all to me, baby.
Yeah,
what do I see?
I'm gonna roll it in. I'm not gonna make you use 2 20s. I'm gonna roll it in.
Okay.
As you get down here, again, you see there are monstrous races of all kinds down here, as you saw. Most of them seem a little older. Most of the warriors are all scarred up, but a lot of them have gray hair in their braids, cracked tusks, and things of that nature. But they really are just going about their business. There is no sign of foul play. There's there's people that are just going through their lives. A lot of them are heavily armed, but most people on the frontier would be heavily armed, but you don't see anything unusual or unnaturally hostile about these people.
Does there seem to be like a center of town, or can I see any sort of like matriarch, patriarch, anyone that might be leading things?
There is a hobgoblin woman who is sort of stooped but still stands about 6'5", and is kind of leaning on a stick that kind of like made her way out when people started yelling about a dwarf zombie. And she just sort of looks around. It's like, calm yourselves, but you do start hearing rumbles. up on the mountain where you know your friends are. Like, it's clearly starting to go down on the hill, and they are starting to look up towards the hill.
Right, no time. I'll drop my gaseous form and pop right into existence right in front of her.
Ah!
Sorry, don't be scared. Don't be frightened. Please don't hit me either. I swear I know I look scary, but I'm a nice guy. We don't have much time. My friends are up the hill. Here's what I think's happening. I think your village might be in a little bit of danger. What's your name? Do you mind telling me real quick?
Asha.
Asha, what are you all doing here? What is this place?
It's our home. We've traveled long and far to find a place where we could just live unimpeded. We
Right.
built this settlement up over the last 5 years.
Oh, congratulations. It's really lovely, but I hate to tell you, there's 3 blue giants up the hill, and I think they all want to come and kill you. Sorry, I know, it's scary, right? Listen, I don't have much time. My friends, I think, are probably fighting them, but if you like, and I'm not trying to tell you how to run your business, maybe make sure the village gets together and you've all got an escape plan down the valley. I'm going to take off. Please tell your people not to stab or shoot me as I'm leaving. And then I'm going to...
Yeah.
That's all right. You know what to do. You seem very capable. And I'll start up the hill to my friends. Yeah.
Perfect. Meanwhile, up there, the Empyreans. Everybody that is not Angus, give me a strength save. The male Empyrean just says, actually, Nahara, you don't either, because we established you were flying.
Okay.
The male just says, fine, fisticuffs it is, and slams his maul into the ground, and everything begins shaking. And rocks begin breaking and starting rolling down the hill towards the village. Which Angus we will deal with shortly as rocks and boulders come bouncing down. Strength. So 5.
Yes.
Everything you do is about to resolve, but still give me a strength save for 5 and Blanya.
I will use. We will both take nat 20s. I think I have 11, right? So I'm going to use a nat 20. Vaughn is going to use a nat 20.
That's true. It's Super Haragon now. Perfect. Okay.
And I got a nat 20 that I rolled.
It's fine, and Nahara's flying. So as the ground shakes, you all are able to stand there, no problem. However, they are going to just start swinging. Give me 1 second here. Actually, yeah, I was about to say they're going to start swinging because they may not live another round, but you know what? They don't know they're not going to live another round, so they're just going to do what they do. Hold on a second here. Perfect. 5.
Mhm.
What is your AC? Not counting the mirror images, because at the risk of being meta, they got true sight, so they can see you.
Sure.
So your other defenses are in place, but not that.
Gotcha. Reaction shield. My AC is at 23 right now.
Perfect. Believe it or not, that is not going to be enough. They have a significant plus to hit. And 4, what is your AC?
Right now it's 19.
Okay. Kay and Nahara, what is your AC?
16.
Yeah, it's actually kind of impossible for them to miss, to tell you the truth.
All right.
Each of you give me a con save.
Ooh.
But if they're hitting me, I'd like to hellish rebuke that. But yes.
Oh,
con
no,
save.
you're welcome to. Yep.
24.
Am I still
20.
making the con save?
Yeah, still gonna take the con save.
Okay.
24, that is plenty.
19.
That is also good. I don't need a con save from Vlanya. Vlanya does not get hit, but I do need a con save from 5.
Copy that. Con save. What kind of Constitution save is this?
It's against being stunned.
Okay, copy that.
Mhm.
Not great. 13.
Each of you take 31 points of bludgeoning damage, and 5 is stunned until their next turn. So, but all this other smorgasbord of things you just did is going to resolve. So, do you have
how many points?
31?
31.
But 4 and Nahara are not stunned. 5 is stunned. Angus is too far away for any of this to be making a difference. Do you have your multiple numbers?
I am so close to being done.
I get it. No, a lot's happening. I get it.
I do also hellish rebuke that.
What's the dex save on your hellish rebuke now?
20.
Let me see. Does not make the dex save, so go ahead and roll your damage.
Right. One moment, please. I'll do it at first. I'll do it at second level.
Okay.
Floor dice.
Floor dice don't exist.
I know. 17
17
points of fire damage.
Even though Vlanya is supposed to be next, for the sake of Brennan's sanity,
I am actually ready as of this moment.
Perfect. 4 to be clear. Your 24 initiative was not a natural 20, correct?
Nope, that's right.
Okay, perfect. Okay, all right. Then yes, please proceed. 5.
Yes. Hold on 1 second here. Okay, Here we go. So 5 is going to attack 9 times. He is going to burn.
Wait, hang on. Just because, for me, what is the source of the 9 attacks? Because again, as a min-maxer, as someone that is charitably about that life, I love hearing how all these things come together. So just how do we get to those 9?
Oh, sure. Okay, so because 5 is acting first, he's activating Dread Ambusher. You know and love it well. B-Dave, incredible ability from Gloomstalker. He also is using Unleash Incarnation from the Echo Knight subclass. Every time he takes the attack action, he adds 1 attack from extra attack, another attack from Dread Ambusher in this first round, and another attack from Unleash Incarnation. He is also currently hasted, which is where that 9th attack is coming from, because he's getting to that 4 attacks and then doubling it with Action Surge. Shout out to all the very smart and wonderful people in chat that reminded me that Dread Ambusher does apply to Action Surge.
It does.
Incredible work, everyone. This is truly, this character is a team effort at this point. He is throwing a bunch of divine smites onto literally every single one of these attacks.
Nice.
Also, every single one of them is a nat 20. He's going to burn through his 9 remaining nat 20s.
Yes.
Man.
So each of these is going to be a 35 to hit, but it doesn't matter because in a B-Dave home game, a nat 20 always succeeds. So basically I can just start calling out damage. I can start calling out damages here. As I call them out, B-Dave, know that every one of them does come with a DC 17 con save or they are blinded.
Let me just ask you one quick thing. I know you said you were just sort of like spreading this around, these 9 attacks. Is it your intent to focus on one until it is defeated, or to spread it around no matter what? So
literally I have it what took so long was I have it per attack. So it's chop, drop, chop. Yeah. So we'll see how we do here.
All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and start it up then. Okay.
I will also say that the very final of these 9 attacks is a trip attack. So let's see if I trip one. Okay. First smite on the giant farthest to the left is 107 points of damage.
Dang.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Right.
Next attack is 110 points of damage.
Okay, it is actually still up, hating life, but still up.
Next attack is 90 points of damage.
It's still, again, very much. I just appreciate they're like, ho, 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 ho. Okay, It is still up, but barely.
Next attack is 96 points of damage.
Man.
Describe for me what it looks like when you kill the first one.
A funny looking rabbit man turns into about 50 rabbits and it's full like Dragon Ball Z, but Peter Rabbit from a Beatrix Potter. It's just
man.
a swarm of attacks, swords everywhere. I think, truly every one of these is like a concussive, radiant blow, and he's also wielding the longsword in two hands.
Perfect. All right, so that is 4 attacks by my estimation.
Yes, that's one. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 at 96. Next one is going to be 98 damage.
Okay.
Then followed by 82.
Okay.
Followed by
I
80.
know, Satya.
Yeah.
She's making herself known.
Followed by 85.
Okay.
Followed by 78.
Tell me what it looks like when the second one dies in this cloud of violence in less than 6 seconds.
I think all of the mirror images and the echo all keep saying "g'day." So g'day. Just we're full Looney Tunes at this point. So the first two drop, the last attack, the ninth attack, this is the trip attack, deals 74 points of damage, and they're going to need a DC 17 con save, and they're probably going to make it, but they also do need a strength saving throw to avoid being tripped.
17, you say?
Yes.
They do make both saves, but 78 points, you say?
78 points, correct.
Okay. Perfect. Okay.
And then I'm stunned, and then I'm out.
Right, exactly. And then just like sort of stop moving. Right.
I think the stun goes off because I'm like, friends, I am pooped. That's a lot. It takes a lot out of you. Does anyone have more carrot souffle?
And then it's Blondie's turn. There's one left that is hating. You know what? For the sake of your own sanity, I'm gonna give this to 4 while you look at Blondie.
All right.
Yes.
4. Okay. There's there you go. Just top. What was that? 700 points of damage in a turn.
I don't think I could do that, but
How hard could it be? Really?
they will be doing quite a number of attacks as well, which I have pre-rolled some of them.
Thank you for your service.
They rush forward and say, "Let's dance!" And they bonus action activate chromatic infusion on their sword so that they can have some extra damage here. I'm going to use 2 of my nat 20s. I'm doing 4 attacks. 2 nat 20s, and the other 2 are 24 and 22 to hit.
Hang on. Actually, let me double check. That is enough. Yep.
Okay. Please hold as I roll damage. Okay, that's 12 damage, 18 damage.
Okay.
And then my nat 20s, 20 damage.
12, 18.
Is that not nat 20?
20.
Come on, D&D Beyond. Stop
just
flat
double it.
rolling me. Yeah, so
Yep.
19 times 2, and then the last one will be...
It's 38.
Yeah. Oh, the last one's so sad. 12 with my nat 20.
All right, perfect.
And then I will action surge
Mhm.
and just wail on them again with 4
Because of
more
course you will.
attacks. Which means that is a 28 to hit,
That is enough.
24,
Also enough.
27, yep.
Yep.
And last one almost was a nat 20, but it bounced 24. So all of them hit again.
Yep.
Holy cow. So many
Yep.
dice.
Yep.
They're just like wailing, swords swinging around their head as this happens. 15 damage, 17 damage, 18 damage, and 15 damage.
15, 18, and then I missed one. 15, 18, what was
17.
17, okay, okay.
So that's my oh, and I forgot all of those have a d4 attached to them. So let me just roll 8 d4s of let's say cold damage from my chromatic infusion.
Okay.
Of 24 damage.
24 more damage. Perfect. You know, I knew what this. I want you to know. I said do your worst when I said create these characters. I did. I actually said it. So
Yep.
okay.
Now,
Perfect.
unfortunately, my Black Razor's blade will gain many benefits if I down someone to 0, but that did not happen this round. So she's just waiting for the next round of combat.
It is heavily beaten, and this seems like an excellent time for more deck of many thing draw.
Oh no.
No, this seems ideal. I'm gonna go the let's see. I'm gonna start with you, Angus.
Am I up the hill yet? I hope so.
Angus.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, shuffle or no shuffle?
Ooh, let's stop right there. That's good. That's nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Angus.
The sinister chuckles, man.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna ask you a question here in this chat.
Okay. I'm looking. I'm ready.
Okay.
Scared.
We are so close to 17.5 thousand. So
Hey,
close.
so close. So close.
That would be 500 hours of the crisis line funded, life-changing for so many survivors. We get over 4,000 calls a year on our crisis line.
Angus.
That face.
It's my thinking face. Two things happen. Asmodeus's words rattle around in your mind. You know, maybe he's right. Maybe you've been looking at this all wrong, honestly. Because you've drawn the balance card, which means your alignment shifts instantly.
Oh no!
I will let you decide what that means. However, you do realize that you are an undead creature. You are an abomination to the natural order. Maybe these celestials have been your real enemy the entire time. Maybe all angels are your real enemy this entire time because Nahara drew the rogue card, which means a friend turns on her. Again, I
How
will
dare.
let you do what you will with that.
Oh,
But-
I'm so glad I'm up in the air.
Your alignment has
For now.
shifted to what you say it is. And, you know, maybe she's an angel collaborator. Who can say? And be advised that you've got 4 freaking wishes from Asmodeus.
Oh my goodness.
That was the first one. All right, Nahara.
Oh, now you're gonna, that was your lead in?
Mm-hmm. Say
Stop.
when. Okay, cut or no cut.
Cut.
I mean, we're getting down to nothing but the good ones left here.
I disbelieve.
Honestly, this is a good, this is like the most delicate card in the deck, but it is, we'll come back to it, but it's a
Okay.
good thing. It's
Okay.
a good thing. 4?
I'll believe it when I see it.
Stop.
Cut or no cut?
I always want to say collaborate and listen. No cut.
I mean, we're of an age.
And I'll pull a Brennan and go for the bottom card of the stack.
You know, you said that, but I'd already
It was
drawn
too late. Okay, let's go with what you have.
I'd already drawn it. I will say, it works perfectly with the last one that was drawn that is still pending for you. Perfectly. All right. Perfectly. All right. Last 5.
It's okay.
I was going to say, so I actually do know what Vlanya is going to do now.
Sure, but let me finish this here.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
We're neck deep in it. So just say when.
Copy.
Hey, we made it. Yay.
Hey.
Thank you, everyone, for your generosity. This is fabulous.
Woo!
Say when.
When?
Okay. Cut, no cut.
Cut.
Bottom or the top?
Well, the bottom worked out so well last time. I think we got to go bottom again.
You know, it actually worked out pretty well. 5. As you explode in this chaotic storm of death and destruction, you hear Asmodeus's voice echo in your ear again. Saying, oh, wow, this is actually quite impressive. You know, you and Angus, I think we're going to be the best of friends. I would like to provide you a small amount of friendly advice. No strings attached.
I'm going to kill you. So say what you're going to say. I deny your wishes. I know I'm coming for you. I know you're down in the hole. You know who's very good at going down in the hole? A rabbit. Your days are numbered, Asmodeus. I'm coming right for you. All right? You see the Empyreans up here? That's right. So say what you're going to say.
This actually is perfect because you have drawn the Vizier card, which is to know the solution to your next dilemma. So if you want to get down to throw hands with Asmodeus,
Do it.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to take a nice nap. I'm going to get some carrot souffle. I'm going to stretch because I definitely pulled something doing that. All right. Did not get time to warm up. And then it's going to be on site. All right, Hazzy? I'll see you.
What does Vlanya do to this one? Actually, you know what? She's going to do one other thing here. The Empyrean, rather. Hold on. Let me just check one quick thing.
They think they're so special with their wings, flying around. I wish I had wings.
Let me just, I'm checking all okay. While all of this is going on, the last remaining Empyrean just smashes 5 in the face with her maul. Give me a con save. Well, I guess you're already stunned. You can't be re-stunned.
Yeah.
So, for 31 points of bludgeoning, screaming something in Celestial, which those of you that understand it know it was quite unladylike.
Oh, yes, I would never say those words.
However, Vlanya. Yep.
I was going to say, I think I'm stunned. Yeah. So, I just take the damage. Pentacle is, I think in addition to being stunned, I am fast asleep. Pentacle is done. I think for this fight, Pentacle is done. He's like bleeding from maul wounds, just going like that full.
She hits him and he drops and she just goes,
okay. So here's what's up with Vlanya. Correct me if I'm wrong. So far, she's only used one of her nat 20s, but she had a couple. She had at least she had a few, right?
Yep.
Okay. So Vlanya is going to upcast Witch Bolt using a 7th level. By the way, Satine, incredible character, wonderful. She's going to upcast Witch Bolt at 7th level. Normally on on a hit, the target takes 1d12 lightning damage. Because this is 6th level, that's actually going to become 1d12 for each slot above. So this is going to become 7d12, but on a nat 20, I believe that becomes 14d12.
That it does in fact become 14d12. Yep.
Okay.
Wow.
So everybody that's like level 20 so hard, it's not. It's just more numbers. It's just more math. That's all. That's all.
Okay, so we're
And
gonna.
that's a D&D Beyond is very useful for things like rolling 14d12.
Mhm.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so let's actually. I'm gonna have to do this over on Pentable's sheet. So
Sure.
we're gonna go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Will it let you? Will it let you access the dice over there? Because it's not assigned to you. If not, I can do it.
It's not assigned to me, but I can roll on Pentable. So it's just a straight roll.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's what you were saying. Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
it's gonna be a straight roll of 14d12 for
Correct.
the initial damage, and it is a spell attack. So let me see. This is so fun. Oh my goodness, getting thrown into a character I don't know how to optimize. Here we go. 14d12. And that's gonna be, ooh, there's a couple 12s in there. That's fun. 96 points of damage from Vlanya with the Witch Bolt.
I need you to know it had 99 hit points left. So this bolt blasted, but it is standing there, burned, scorched, cut up, but on its feet. Anything else from Vlanya? Actually, you know what? I'm doing this in a... No, I'd already accounted for that. Yes. Anything else from Vlanya? It is on his feet with 3 hit points.
I think Vlanya... who's up next in the initiative? I forget. But we've done a round, so I would know who's coming up next.
I didn't go
kind
yet.
of got Nahara has Angus, so Nahara will be next.
Bonus action is going to give Nahara... What's more useful for you, a help action or a bardic inspiration die?
What does a help action do?
I can give you advantage, or I can give, but you might already have advantage from other sources. So I think I'm gonna give you a bardic inspiration die. A bonus action, give a D8 to Nahara.
Oh, all right, lovely.
Perfect. Anything else from Vlanya?
Oh, sorry. I'm like scanning all these sheets and character sheet abilities. That's all. Bonus action and that, and then she. She's just gonna post up and get ready to counterspell if anything comes.
Give me a con save from Vlanya, because with her last bit of strength, this Empyrean swings her maul and cracks Vlanya.
Incredible. I will. Vlanya is a. Hey, B. Dave.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
I am.
We're among friends. Do it.
Is there currently an ally within 5 feet of the Empyrean?
Yeah, I just decimated
you guys are all over this thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thank you to Kelly on the stream, because I believe sneak attack would apply on this damage and would be doubled. So that's actually going to be 4d6.
Oh my goodness.
Which I think...
I'm just double checking something. I got 5.5 editions of this game in my head here.
I know.
Let me double check something.
I know. So double checking. If that applies, that is going to be an extra 16 damage. No, wait, sneak attack I think can't work on a spell, right?
That's the thing I'm double checking. Well, that's the thing. There's like weird corner cases where I'm verifying, I'm taking the time to look. Also, I'd like you guys to know we're very good at this game. We still have to check.
the
So people
rules.
get stressed out. They're like, oh, I have to know everything. It's like you don't. You really don't.
Yeah, I think that's probably not accurate. Let me just see.
The attack must
weapon.
use a finesse or a range weapon. Yep.
Cool. Vlania's gonna post up. It's Nahara.
Okay.
Vlania's posted up.
There is some chicanery and ways to get around it on occasion, but yes,
correct.
Okay, all right. Nahara, bloody does crack Vlanya for 31 points of bludgeoning damage with the maul though, but it's not looking too good. Nahara.
Well, Nahara will bonus action take on her form of dread. So what everybody sees now, Nahara's in the air, her eyes go white and they start shining very brightly. Her wings take on this spectral fiery form. And As she casts Crown of Stars, you see that her already halo becomes very radiant, and she looks at this last standing. What did they call this? This
Empyrean. They're Empyreans.
She looks at this Empyrean and she says, "Well, you can't decide the fate of these people, but I can decide yours." And she hurls one of the stars using the nat 20 for an automatic hit. And it's doubled for a nat 20. So he will take 72 points of radiant damage.
Tell me what it looks like when you drop this final Empyrean.
So the center star from her crown, let's do a side one. Let's for flavor. Side one shoots over at this Imperium, and it explodes in a burst of light. But then what you see is like a cartoon, like a Bugs Bunny. The burnt matchstick form of them is left, and it just drops to the ground. And then her weapon was still in the air, goes plunk plunk.
However, that was just your bonus action, since you've been very patient here, and so has Angus. And we have had other people that have contributed to this contest. So, Angus, as you come trudging up, you hear them yelling from the village below, Angus. And when you turn, you see they're looking at you like waving their arm like, run, run, run. In the earth on the side of the mountain here next to you, you all hear and an eye opens and starts to rumble. You hear them yelling, the beast is awakened, the beast is awakened, which this is honestly a first for me, Brennan. And we're blessed to get to do what we do, because this is now 2 games in a row where you're facing the Tarrasque.
We love it.
As it emerges out of the ground and roars. The Tarrasque, for those of you not familiar with it, looks like a dinosaur. It is hulking with long claws. It is covered in spikes with horns and long, sharp teeth. And it looks around angrily. Nahara, since that was only a bonus action, we will stick with your turn here.
I don't believe it was, because the Form of Dread was a bonus action,
Oh.
and the Crown of Stars was the spell.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then you have done your thing, but you did defeat the Empyrean. Angus, this the Tarrasque is gargantuan. I mean, it stands towering over you as you are coming up the mountain. What would you like to do, Angus?
Oh, then there's so many other factors too. Is it between me and my party?
Yes.
And I still have 4 wishes?
Oh yeah.
I jealous.
Say one thing.
I know. I will break it. I will break it for you.
It's important to clarify.
Yes.
I'm absolutely from the Twilight Zone Monkey Paw School of Witchcraft, where it can do literally anything, but it is going to do what you say.
Previously, as I walk up the hill, I jealously muttered that I wished I had wings. So
You know what? Asmodeus said he wasn't gonna mess with you, man. So what sweet ass wings appear?
oh man, you know they're gonna be bony. They're gonna be bony wings. Come on, man. A couple of chicken wings pop out of his back, but they're small. They're small, but they work. So they're like just like a little bit of trying to get him up there. And I'm gonna flutter. I'm gonna flutter as far away as I can from the monster and kind of try to get back to my
I just feel
party.
like you're flying like Woodstock from the Peanuts here, you know?
Yeah, very poorly. And as I survey, I'm gonna look for 5 immediately. Is they're napping, sleep, pooped out? Are they in danger from this Tarrasque?
Oh, 1,000%. Yeah, I mean, they're a rabbit laying unconscious on the ground, bleeding in front of like Mecha Godzilla. Yeah, so yeah, that's.
Oh, okay.
I would describe Five's current situation as perilous. Yes, because he's still stunned.
Great. So I'm gonna use my max movement to get to him, and I'm gonna scoop him up while he sleeps, and then I'm gonna use my movement again to dash and get him as far away from the creature as humanly possible.
Because you've been waiting this long, I'm gonna say that wish happened outside of combat, so you can act. Like you don't have to. You don't have to wait for this all to come back around again. Yeah.
That's a gift. I'll set him down somewhere in a nice bramble where he might be comfortable.
It's a deep cut,
right.
kids.
I feel like this isn't my main purpose here. I don't know what's happening, but I'm gonna try and fight now. I've been watching out for everyone, and in the air with my chicken wings from a distance, I am going to I'm gonna cast from in the sky Agnar Zar's Scorcher. So that is a dex save of 16 from you.
Hold on one second here.
Pretty certain.
Let me just double check something real quick.
Yeah.
Switch here.
Uh-oh. Tell me how I've messed up. I'd like to know.
Well, one, everybody give me a wisdom save. It's against being frightened. So if you're immune to fright, that's fine, but everybody give me that.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on a second here.
I'm so scared.
I'm correct here. Your beam flies out and hits the Tarrasque and bounces off of it. Just arcing in a different direction. I rolled a 5. If I'd rolled a 6, it would have hit somebody else instead, so that's good. Real quick, wisdom save. Anybody who is not immune to fear, give me your wisdom save.
Black
8.
razor grows in my hand, and I am immune to being frightened.
Excellent. Did I hear somebody say 8?
You would think I would be immune to, but I'm not. That's a ocho for your boy. Yeah. He is afeared. Yeah.
Yep. This thing is terrifying. Yes, you have gained the frightened condition, which means you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, and you cannot willingly move closer to it.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's the Tarrasque. Nahara's immune to fear. 5 in Blanya.
I got an 8 as well. So I'm just here. I'm terrified. It's too big. Get me away. I can only do that once. I know it was impressive, but I'm fully done. I'm not useful anymore. I was not built for a second round.
You know, as you get older, it happens. But perfect. Give it to me for Blanya, though, unless she's immune to fear. You roll for Blanya. You, Brennan, roll for Blanya.
Oh, sorry. Let me tell you. Hey, folks at home, getting a second character in the middle of the stream is okay. So we're gonna do a wisdom save, correct?
Yep, wisdom save against fear. Yep, I know. That's why I gave it to you, and I didn't do it. Yeah,
I love it. Okay, here we go. This wisdom save is going to be a 22.
So she is not afraid. Angus in 5, afraid. Again, disadvantage in attacks, cannot willingly move towards the Tarrasque. All right, so here's how we're gonna do this, because it's weird. Technically, you were stunned till the end of the Empyrean's next turn, which is after your turn, but they're dead, but that does not automatically end the stunned effect. So I'm gonna say you come out of it at the end of your turn, 5.
Okay, at the end of your turn.
Yep, at the end of your turn, you come out of the stun. Perfect. Which brings us to Blanya. I know actually, I'm going to go ahead and go with 4 now, because I went with 4. No, I went with the monster last time. Let's let the Tarrasque do Tarrasque stuff.
Yeah.
All right, and then we'll come back to Blanya. The Tarrasque is gonna do Tarrasque stuff. Okay, let's see. Which one of you looks the yummiest? That's gonna be 4. 4 looks delightful.
Oh God! I cast shield.
Yeah.
Somebody save me.
What does that make your AC?
24.
I need you to know it got a 24. It's kind of it's
Okay.
it's
Can Black Razor has the ability, it decides when to cast haste on me. Can it protect me and cast haste to get the +2 AC?
not as a reaction.
Oh, that's true.
But
Okay.
I will tell you what I'm gonna do since we're among friends. I'm gonna cash in one of the Tarrasque natural 20s.
Okay.
The Tarrasque is gonna bite you for 72 points of damage.
Okay.
And give me athletics or acrobatics.
And what kind of damage is this?
It just piercing. It just
Okay.
bites you.
I have
It is
no
magical
resistance to
piercing.
that.
Yeah, but it's piercing.
Oh God. I can reroll. No, I can't because it's a check. Athletics 10.
Athletic or acrobatic 10. You all see the Tarrasque just hammers down on 4, and 4 is gone. You are currently restrained in its mouth. It has not swallowed you yet, but you are in its mouth. Hang on, let me just see here. Oh, geez. No, let's go ahead and see if it's gonna swallow you. Yeah, no.
Please.
And then you all hear and see its neck ripple as 4 disappears. 4. Hang on, let me just. Currently, you are blinded and restrained. 4.
Okay.
For the rest of you, it is going to give a 3-piece and a drink to everybody here. It kind of can't miss. Actually, it's possible it can. No, actually, it can't. No, it can't. It hits each of you, the remainder of 5, Vlanya, Nahara, and Angus, for 28 points of slashing damage.
I am resistant to slashing damage.
Even if it's magical? Dope. Okay. Yeah, that is not accounting for any sort of mitigation. So 14, because you all bony. Perfect. But that is it for the Tarrasque. Vlanya, it is your turn. This horrible creature has swallowed your friend.
Okay. The horrible creature.
Hang on. Let me. Oh no! Please continue.
Oh, sorry. The horrible creature has swallowed my friend. We don't like that. Is there any goofy stuff? Does Vlanya have any wishes or advantages or a secret sauce or anything like that?
She
has the beholder crown on her head.
She does. I don't know that casts wish though. Let me double check. I don't think it does. Because I'm liking where your head's at. I don't think any of the crown things can innately help. For the record, for those of you at home, it is possible to still save her from being swallowed. It is not necessarily instant death. It's just rough though.
Yes. Okay. What can I? Okay. Come on, Vlanya's character sheet. What can we do? What are the spells that you have? Okay.
You know what? This is a happy occasion, right? This is charity. We've hit our goals. We're among friends, but I'm a monster. So here's what we're gonna do, Brennan Lee Mulligan.
Yes.
Straight D20 roll. If you beat me, Vlanya can use one of 5's wishes.
Okay.
You don't beat me, she can't.
Perfect. I'll do that.
Just a pure 20.
I'm gonna do it in D&D Beyond, so everyone.
Okay.
So Pentable's gonna roll this. Would you hit on your 20?
What'd you hit on your 20?
Well, why don't you say it first? Why's it gotta be me first? That's first. Okay.
I got no reason to lie to you. This was my idea. I rolled really well. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna let you know I rolled really well. Unfortunately.
Did you roll better than a nat 1, Dave?
No.
I rolled a 17. Yeah.
Oh, so you only beat me by 16, huh? Well, better luck next time.
Vlanya still can do whatever she does. It just
Okay.
She doesn't get his wish.
Look, All right, Vanya is feeling a lot of feelings. All right, deep down, she feels as if some part of herself beyond herself has become a whole different person in the past 90 minutes. Okay, and she's struggling with that and what that means on that sort of metaphysical level. So what I would say is, I think she's gonna do a Hail Mary because everyone's low and we're getting punchy. And I think she's got to do a Hail Mary. I think she knows that this creature is immune to magic. So, or in a lot of ways. So, wait a minute. Now, hold on.
She's a legendary adventurer. I'll allow a certain amount of meta. She's read books about the Tarrasque.
She's read books about the Tarrasque, right? Okay, wait a minute. So here's the trick. Here's what we're going to do. She is going to cast polymorph on the Tarrasque, okay? That's right. It's going to be polymorph. What other stuff? Come on, character sheet.
You sure you want to polymorph her with your friend in its tummy?
Exactly, Dave. Because polymorph is what's going to happen to this, turning it into a pig or some other thing like that, a turtle. And what's going to happen to its throat when a full dragonborn pops out?
You know what? Let me save you some time. Yeah. Legendary resistance. I'm not even
rolling. No!
The Tarrasque is just like, no. I refuse. I literally refuse to be a pig.
Okay. Legendary resistance, you don't say. Well, then, and then it's going to be a bonus action help to who's up next. Nahara, is Nahara next or is 4 next?
4 is next. It got wonky for us, but
all
4
right.
is next.
So does a spell, it doesn't work. Vanya goes, "You're doing great." Bonus action help.
All right, hold on a second here. Okay. You don't actually start sizzling in the tummy of the Tarrasque until its turn, not yours. So you are blinded and restrained. That idea that you put here in chat actually would not work. It won't go far enough.
It's bigger than 30 feet from where I am?
It's literally Godzilla.
Fucking hell.
Legally distinct, but it's literally Godzilla.
I was going to Misty Step chat. That was my big plan.
Good idea.
Okay, can I have one of my wild magics happen now? Maybe that will help me.
Let's see. I got the old. Believe it or not, I've been rolling on it over here. Just weird things have. All right, let's see here. Okay. Shadows cling to you, granting you advantage on stealth checks for the next minute.
Dang it.
Dark and shadowy inside the Tarrasque tummy.
All right, Farthoth's just gonna open their maw inside this dark, scary abyss of a stomach, and just radiant breath weapon damage is just gonna pour out. And I need, what is my save for my breath weapon? Dex save 17. Wait, can it even save if I'm in it?
Hang on one second. I know this is going to come as a complete and total shock. The Tarrasque is not terribly dexterous. It does not make the save.
Yay!
Yeah.
All right, which
it's
means
intestinal fortitude. There's always a chance.
28 points of radiant damage.
Perfect. You will see a flash of light come out of the Tarrasque's mouth.
Now it really is Godzilla.
Yep, literally. Now it is legally distinct.
And then I will bonus action second wind to heal myself for, let's see.
Perfect.
A 10 on the die, so a total of 30 hit points I'll regain.
Hey, anything else?
That is it for me.
Okay, it's gonna take a decidedly negative turn on the Tarrasque next time. Perfect. Blah 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 blah. So now we're to Nahara.
Okay. Do we have wishes, or what is the deal with wishes?
5 and Angus have wishes.
Okay. See.
Can I give my wishes to Nahara? Is there a wish giving? A giving of wishes action?
Oh, 5. Brave, are you asking me to intervene? Is that what's happening? Are you calling on the name of Asmodeus
Yeah,
to save you?
I'm calling your name to step on out. It's easy. Anyone can talk in someone's mind when they're not looking. Why don't you step on out, big boy? Come out in the sun. Let's see what's going on. You know, let's slow down. The only thing I'm asking for is a fair fight. So knuckle up.
I'm here for this side battle, by the way.
You all see, in a shower of smoke and flame, Asmodeus, as described previously, does appear and simply looks up at the Tarrasque and smiles his huge pointy-toothed smile and looks at you, Nahara, and says, well, I've already made arrangements with your associates here. Are you asking for Asmodeus's help? If you would like to make a wish, it could be arranged.
And how does this work if I wish for my power word kill spell to work?
You wish to just strike this mighty beast dead. Perhaps I could simply remove it for you. I know a certain dark elf entertainer that is quite fond of it. I might be able to negotiate terms with a Baloth Baradil.
I know, but this makes it look like I did it.
Ah, right.
I want to look cool in front of my new friends.
Oh, yes. No, that absolutely makes sense. I tell you what, then.
Listen, you can do it. I'll just point my finger to make it look like I did it.
Ah, yes. How about, a small trade. A life for a life. No one you even like.
What can possibly be wrong? I mean, I see no problem with this.
Negative repercussions whatsoever, right?
No, not at all. This all checks with my morality. Let us proceed forward with this. I'm sure it'll be fine. Listen, I've made bargains with I won't talk about this right now. I accept your offer.
Done. And he just motions towards the Tarrasque, which very much turns and looks at you, Nahara.
As I point and pretend to use power word kill. I can still cast it.
Mm-hmm. And speak the word?
Yes.
And vomits 4.
Yeah!
Mm-hmm.
That was disgusting.
Are you all right?
I don't know.
Asmodeus, yeah, you were about to take 56 points at the start of the next of the Tarrasque's turn, so it adds up. You see Asmodeus just sort of steeples his fingers and just says, good. And everything shimmers around you all, and you're back in that room, in the banquet. And the three of them are just sitting there. The guy in the white suit is wide-eyed. The gaunt one looks surprised, and the dark-haired woman just goes, bravo. I don't even know what this means now.
Did we settle whatever dispute you had?
The trial is concluded, yes. And you see the one in the white says that you called on Asmodeus. Why did you... And you see the dark-haired one just leans over and looks at him. She goes, they called on Asmodeus. Okay, mortals. Perhaps we should let you know exactly what it is that we've been doing here and whom you've been helping. I just want to say again, big fan. So, here's how it went. Okay, so some time ago, my brothers and I, just be silent. Mortals, when you were brought here, when you chose those doors, you were electing to be one of our champions. All 5 of you chose him. So, your actions reflect on him. Understand? And you were doing quite well. You chose the moral path. You chose to protect the innocent. Despite appearances, you opposed violence, even though it seemed well-meaning, which you must understand, there is no absolute good or absolute bad. Everything must be judged case for case. But then you called on Asmodeus. Yes. Let's just show them. Come on. And she looks over at you, Nahara, and she says, one last, may I have permission to touch your hair?
Oh, yes, since you asked so politely.
So lovely. Oh, your Heron friend here. He seems quite the worse for wear. And she just motions and all of you are healed.
Ooh.
Yeah.
There is no visible change from the healing in like just the wounds go away and I am still prostrate. Just
And she begins to change in front of you. She grows and extends and wings and 5 heads sprout. As Tiamat reveals herself in front of you. The gaunt one turns and begins to grow into a huge dragon made out of shadows. And finally, the one in silver changes into the largest, most beautiful platinum dragon you have ever seen in your life. I'm Bahamut. You may know my sister Tiamat and my brother Null. We 3 are the foundation of reality. And yes, you all have been my champions, but unfortunately, you called upon an unfortunate ally, which now becomes my responsibility. And you see all 5 of Tiamat's heads look at him. Yes! As Bahamut crashes to the ground. In an eruption of flames, Asmodeus appears on his back and looks at you, Nahara, and says, like I said, only one life, no one you would even enjoy. And I think this means I win the trial. And Tiamat looks at him and says, well, I rather enjoyed my time in the abyss. I'm sure we'll come up with something wonderful next. And that is a good place for us to stop.
V-Dave cut it off there because he knew the next thing that was about to happen was me jumping at Asmodeus.
I started sweating. You made me start sweating.
Yes. Well, now we got to save something for the sequel. You know, that's it.
Yeah.
That's gonna save something for the sequel, because that is not at all where I thought that was gonna go. So thank you to Cypher and Tier for including the Lord of Nessus in the hijinks here today. Y'all look, so many deck of mini draw. Like the pile of spent deck of mini is like more than the used there. Oh,
there was
epilogue.
something. Yes.
Epilogue. There is one thing.
Uh-oh.
One thing.
I'm nervous.
As Bahamut collapses to the ground, the life draining out of him, he reaches towards you, 4, and says, you can't let darkness win. You must take my place. And divine power rushes through you as you got both the Comet and the Jester. One, the next monster you defeat gives you another level, and also the next monster you defeat gives you a level, and you were already level 20, so there's nowhere to go but godhood. So there you go, 4.
Oh my god.
New Dragonborn avatar of Bahamut.
We love it.
Let's
Love it.
go. And they just like breath weapon into the sky.
Also, the one that I said is the most gentle thing was the gem card. You get a bunch of gems, Nahara. So there you go.
Yay, my favorite.
It's like making it rain. He's like, I literally could not have done this without you. There
My
you
favorite.
go. There you go.
I love the idea of whatever deities are responsible for the deck of many things. We're just like, it was late at night. They'd already made like most of the cards. And someone's like, I don't know, a bunch of gems.
Just throw some gems at him.
Yeah.
A card that's a bunch of gems.
Mortals like gems, right? Yeah, mortals like
Yeah.
gems. Thank you all so much. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you all for playing. I know that got twisty and complicated. Yeah, it's just for those of you that haven't put it together, it was a moral quandary. All 4 of the challenges were different moral quandaries where you're like, of course we should do this. And then you find out a little bit and you're like, wait, should we do this? You know? No,
Saved a village, killed a god. It's fun.
There, you know, quality. Again, I'm thank you all. I guess real quick, tell everybody who you are and where they could find you, and I'll give it to Shar to play us off. Again, I'm non-ironically TV's B. Dave Walters, Dungeon Master for Invitation to Party, the Black Dice Society. Anywhere fine streaming content can be located. You can follow me on the Tweetagrams at B. Dave Walters. And I'm blessed to play the game I love with people I love, making a difference in people's lives. So thank you all for making this possible. And I guess we'll go around the horn that you all are on my screen here, and go to Nahara.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining and for donating and for being with us today. My name is Noura Ibrahim. You can find me at Neurological on all the social medias. I play Nahara on Black Dice Society, which B-Dave also runs. You can catch me on the Glass Cannon Network for our Dune campaign, Inherit the Sand, on Realmsmith on Mondays, and a bunch of other stuff. Yes, thank you, and follow me on stuff. And my brain is melted. I can't, by the end of a level 20, I can't say words and things. So take it away, somebody else.
Robbie.
Hey, my name's Angus Boulderbrow. You can find me deep under a mountain with my undead friends. Listen, thank you for bringing me on. This is absolutely amazing. Everyone was so nice, and man, I'm just going to feel great going into this next week, knowing that all the generosity from the chat and the viewers made a difference today. That's what it's all about. Thank you all so much. Yeah, appreciate you being here.
Brennan.
Hey, Brennan Lee Mulligan. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram, and check out Dimension 20. Huge thank you to everybody that came out to support the stream today. It's an incredible amount of money was raised for the worthiest cause I can think of, and it's an incredible thing that everyone came out to do this. So thank you all so much. And it's it's a very wild and unhinged adventure for a cause that is like very moving. So what a wild world, and all of you are so beautiful for coming and contributing. Thank you so much. Yeah,
the moment you start, like, you can donate to affect the outcome, it's just sort of like the plan kind of goes out the window at that point. Yeah. Also, yeah, I think you topped Moss Brow's damage. We're blessed to do a lot of these charity games. We've done several for World Builders where Brennan had a character that is a world beater, and you did like almost 1,000 points in a round, so I think that counts. Yeah.
Well, we couldn't have done it out of those nat 20s from the crowd. So thank you everyone for all the nat 20s. That was absurd. Amazing. Yeah.
Well, thank you all so very much for your generosity. Again, they lived, but at what cost? And turn it over. And thank you to D&D Beyond. I don't know that we ever actually said that, or I didn't say it at least. Thank you, D&D Beyond.
Yes.
And then wrap us up, Shar.
Oh boy. Today we raised $18,500, $507 to be exact. That is more than enough to cover 500 hours of WAVAW's crisis line, which receives 4,000 calls from across the globe every year. It's unbelievable. Your donations today have made such an impact. All of you are changing lives. Whether you just shared the stream, shared the donation link, or donated yourself, every little bit helps. And WAVA is so, so grateful to you. Thank you so much. And thank you so much to all of the players. It's always so great to get to see you and to play for such a worthy cause, and to meet some of you for the first time. Robbie and Brennan, thank you for joining the WAVAW family. We can't wait to have you back. And B Dave, thank you so much for all of the fantastic story building that you do off the fly with all of the donations affecting the game. Incredible.
Anytime. Happy to help. When the beacons are lit, we answer. Yep. Oh, thank you to Kelly behind the scenes there for making all this happen.
Yes, Kelly Wright, our producer. We couldn't do it without you. You are fantastic. And just thank you all, and we'll see you next time. Streaming for Survivors is all week long, so make sure you tune into some other streams that are donating. There are a few other TTRPG games, but like a wide variety of contents out there all week long. Donate to Survivors and change lives today. That's it.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.